player, or ex-player, I guess we should say, here in Chicago Stadium. Jerry Sloan, the Utah Jazz coach, one of the all-time greatest players ever to play in a Bulls uniform, had his number retired 15 years ago tonight. And there's the banner hanging high over the stadium floor. Jerry Sloan, of course, will be the enemy tonight as he brings the Jazz into battle with the Chicago Bulls. Right now, we want to join Wayne Larrivee and Phil Jackson, who want to talk some about what's happened with Chicago in the first half of the NBA basketball season.
Well, Dan, as you might have mentioned earlier tonight during Bullseye, we're coming up on the All-Star game, so it's a good opportunity to take a visit with Coach Phil Jackson to talk about the first half of the season. Phil, I know we're beyond the halfway point numerically, but it is the natural break in the season, and your thoughts on the first half?
Well, you know what makes it really a nice thing for us is that it gives the guys a chance to take a day off. There's actually, for our ball club, you know, if you throw in tomorrow, which is still a working day in the NBA, these ball players will have 4 days off and come back and practice on the 5th, and almost a week off, 6 days between games. So for a team like ours, a team that's looking to heal and to mend itself and to rejuvenate itself, it's great. It's just you couldn't ask for a better opportunity than right now. 52 games after tonight, 30 left. I told them this today that I want to win all of 30 games. The last 30, let's win them all. But in reality, you know, what we're trying to do with this ball club is get them back healthy. Hopefully all of them together, full complement of players sometime in March and maybe latest early April, and then go from there.
Now, because of last year, those of us who follow you, and certainly fans, have had to adjust to the fact that you guys get beat occasionally. Maybe more than we'd like to see you get beat. Certainly more than you did last year. Has that been an adjustment for you, or has the first half of the season gone about the way you expected a three-peat try to go?
You know, I don't care if you're the coach of the Dallas Mavericks and, you know, you've won 4 and lost 44. You certainly know you're going to lose a lot of games during the season, but still those defeats are very, very painful. And it's been very painful to absorb some defeats, especially close games on our home court that you think, boy, we're going to have the advantage, we're going to win these close games that haven't happened. But when we started out at the beginning of the year, we looked at the schedule, we looked at our team, we looked at Cartwright and Paxson, and we said this is going to be slow for these guys. It's going to be a little harder for Michael and Scotty because this is just human frailties. It's human nature. It's going to be tougher for our team as an overall group because everybody's been watching us, planning, plotting how to dethrone a champion team. So don't let's get our expectation up. We want to win the Eastern Conference title, and that's all that's important to us. Just get to first. Even first, with that in mind, might not be the most optimal position to be in this conference at the end of the season. So we're adjusting to it, and we're making do with it. And what we say is every big game that we've got to win, we've been coming out and winning, and that's important.
Well, high point and low point. Now, if I had to guess, Phil, I would think it would be the Texas Triangle for the low point and maybe Denver. The high point really thus far in the first half of the season to me, I mean, you look at Christmas Day, the win over the Knicks, but that game in Utah, the fourth quarter, the way you guys came back and a tough place to play, that was certainly a turnaround point, I thought.
You've got it, I think, both high and low. Low point, Super Sunday, after the Denver loss, a team is dispirited, a little bit down, wondering about their own talent, success being, you know, a very fine edge between failure and success. Knowing that people back here in Chicago perhaps are talking about us, wondering about us, worrying about us, our fans praying for us, and our family concerned about us. And then, you know, the turnaround Monday, Michael getting booed on the floor every time he touches the ball, and suddenly most emotional game of the year, and to win and go ahead and then win the next 5 games. That's what makes good seasons.
And the Utah Jazz are in here tonight. Best of luck in another tough battle with the Jazz coming up. All right. That's Phil Jackson. First half of the season concluded. We'll look forward to the final 30 games after tonight. But we've got the Utah Jazz coming up, and I'll send it right back upstairs to Dan Roan.
All right, Wayne, thank you very much. And don't forget No Bull Sunday night at 10 o'clock. A more in-depth review of the first half of the season with Phil Jackson, and Scott Williams will join us, too. That's No Bull, 10 o'clock Sunday night, right here on Channel 9. And tip-off is approaching here tonight in Chicago Stadium. We're back to wrap things up on the Bullseye right after this.
If you're getting bored with your hair, you should try Topsy Tail, the incredible hair fashion tool that creates exciting new hairstyles in seconds. It's so easy. If you can make a ponytail, you can Topsy Tail. Simply place the Topsy Tail in the center of the ponytail, thread hair through the loop, and pull for a beautiful new look. And with the same basic steps, you can create dozens of dazzling styles for every occasion in no time. It's all right here in the Glamour Guide. Topsy Tail works on any hair type. Kids love Topsy Tail too. School time, playtime, anytime. It's even great for shoulder-length hair. Now for less than the cost of one visit to the hair salon, you can order Topsy Tail, complete with Glamour Guide for just $12.95. Order now and we'll also send you secrets to French braiding. Create a whole new look and a whole new you. Order Topsy Tail today.
Credit card users call toll-free 1-800-367-6888. Sorry, no CODs. Or send just $12.95 plus $3.50 shipping and handling to the address on your screen. Credit card users call now 1-800-367-6888.
Ooh, what's this? She sees my V6. Oh, buy me, please buy me. Oh, she likes my spoiler, my low-profile tires, sports suspension. She wants me. Uh-oh, she thinks I'm too expensive. I can fix that.
Perfect.
Ow!
Duster, a lot to love for around $10,000. From Chrysler Plymouth.
I'm so happy.
My boyfriend will love it.
I'm so unhappy.
I love shopping at Harlem. I always knew that they had style.
And they really prove it by their room packages.
Choose from huge selections of complete
70s decorator coordinated
living room packages like this.
Includes sofa and love seat,
3 matching tables,
2 matching lamps,
a mere $16.99 by the piece,
or only $8.99 by the roomful.
Buy by the roomful and save in Harlem. Buy by the roomful and save. Harlem style.
Back at Chicago Stadium, there's the birthday boy, Michael Jordan, turning 30 today, and in past years, someone has stepped in his birthday cake when his birthday has fallen on game day. In '85, a big loss at Milwaukee. He didn't play in '86 when the Bulls lost at Indiana, and they lost at home in 1992, 117-116 to the Cleveland Cavaliers, even though Michael scored 46 points. He's 30 years old. His scoring average 32 plus, and as long as the average stays ahead of the birthday, I think Michael Jordan will be just fine. Right now, let's take a look at the Taco Bell scoreboard, get you caught up on the rest of the NBA action tonight. Orlando with an early lead over Denver. Also in the second quarter, Miami 35-26 over Detroit. And in the second period as well, it's Charlotte 43 and the Knicks 36. Dallas and Cleveland underway with the Cavaliers having a 12-point lead. And Indiana up 12 on Sacramento, also a second period score. Our next Bulls telecast here on WGN comes up Tuesday. That's the first game after the All-Star break. The Milwaukee Bucks are in town. We'll have the Bullseye at 7 o'clock. Tip-off at 7:30. All the basketball action coming your way right here on WGN. And that'll do it for us tonight on the Bullseye. Thanks very much for watching. I know you'll enjoy this one. A big one coming up. The Jazz and the Bulls right here on Channel 9.
Tonight's Bullseye was brought to you by Golden Draft and Golden Draft Light from Michelob. Wouldn't you rather be holding a golden? Your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer. By Midas, because your brakes can't wait. And Taco Bell, home of the 3 great value menus. So run for the border. Guests on Bullseye receive a beautiful Bulova Accutron watch from Henry K. Jewelers, 547 North Michigan Avenue, or the 3rd level Water Tower Place.
This is a commercial for men. It's about men living longer, looking younger, feeling stronger. It's about men's health, the only magazine devoted to what men are concerned about most. Every issue has easy ways to eat smarter, exercise better, boost energy levels, and look and feel great. Learn how to flatten your stomach without dieting and sit-ups. How to reduce the signs of aging. Discover aphrodisiacs that rev up your sex life. And reviews of the latest sports equipment. And now get 101 Men's Health Secrets free when you call for your trial subscription to Men's Health. Find the secret to losing 10 pounds fast, to cutting your cholesterol 30 points in 30 days, to longer-lasting sex. For your free book and 9 issues of Men's Health for $16.97, call this toll-free number. You can cancel any time for a full refund and still keep the book. Try Men's Health today. It's about you, your health, your looks, your relationships. Isn't it about time?
Do you ever feel like your life is spinning out of control? You can learn how to take control of your future. Just call the Live Psychic line now. Psychic advisors are waiting to speak with you live and help you find the answers to a better life. Is there romance in your future? Success? Or money? Call anytime, 24 hours a day. Call now.
Call toll-free, 1-800-526-2323.
On Southwest Airlines, friends fly free for business, too. For example, if Dunn buys a ticket, Bradstreet flies free. Buy one round-trip ticket at Southwest Airlines' regular low, unrestricted fare, and your friend flies with you, free. So if Bausch buys a ticket, Lom flies free. Or if Ben buys a ticket, Jerry flies free. Friends fly free for business. Only on Southwest Airlines, just plain smart.
The following is a WGN-TV sports presentation.
This summer, while the rest of the NBA was resting, a select group of players took to the courts in Barcelona with a vengeance. But only 2 teams put in more than their share of America's dream team. The Bulls donated Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, while the Utah Jazz chipped in John Stockton and Karl Malone. With only a few weeks' rest between closing ceremonies at opening day, many are claiming the Olympics took their toll on the superstars. And indeed, the Bulls and Jazz have been struggling of late, each looking for a win in tight divisional races heading into the All-Star break. Which team will come out on top? As 4 of the greatest basketball players in the world take to the court tonight. Chicago Stadium, the scene for tonight's matchup between the Utah Jazz and the world champion Chicago Bulls. 269th consecutive sellout crowd filing into the stadium. Hi, everybody. I'm Wayne Larrivee. It's good to have you with us on a cold winter night in Chicago. These 2 teams should really heat it up. They have displayed fireworks whenever they played in the last 3 years. I go back to a triple overtime game a year ago at Salt Lake City. Earlier this year, the Bulls rallied from 20 points down to win in the 4th quarter. So these 2 teams do provide a lot of excitement, and they provide a lot of all-star talent. And earlier tonight, my colleague Johnny Redcure had an opportunity to corner the 2 coaches to talk about their all-stars.
Tech and Gonzaga, 2 guys going to the All-Star game, and that would be Karl Malone and Stockton for you.
Well, we're very excited for them. I know they've had terrific careers for our organization and done a great job. They've been the cornerstone of our organization for the last 8-9 years, and I don't know where this organization would have been without them.
All right, Coach, let's ask you a little bit about, you got Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, the 2 top vote getters at the All-Star competition.
Well, that's amazing in itself, but I think the Dream Team and the Olympic run this summer is really what did that, Johnny. It made them popular throughout the whole country in the NBA. Michael on his own, of course, has that popularity, but I think Scottie has gained the recognition he deserves.
Well, I'll tell you something. If you look at the 2 all-stars for Utah, Stockton and Malone, I see few players in the league who have the kind of chemistry between each other that these 2 players display.
Absolutely. You've got the power forward that likes to take it down low, get in the middle, take their time. They isolate a lot on the left side of the floor. 28.2 points a game, 56% from the field. He's 3rd in the NBA in that category. 6 straight appearances in the All-Star game. Now you go on the other side. Tiny Gonzaga College, the only school I know that's produced Bing Crosby and John Stockton. Leads the NBA with 12.5 assists, his 5th straight game. two very, very important members of this club.
Yeah, but you know, Bing couldn't go to his left. And half of those assists from Stockton, I guarantee, are to the mailman. Now, the Bulls superstars, as you all know, second to none.
Well, let's take a look at Scottie Pippen, his third All-Star game appearance, and this is his second game as a starter. And he's going in there now with a brand new candy bar, the candy man, Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan, he led all vote getters for the 7th straight season. And what more can you say about the man from Mars?
Yeah, I don't know if you've had a chance to taste the Scottie bar, but I'm a connoisseur of chocolate. Take my word for it. It's a heck of a candy bar. It really is. And the proceeds go for a good cause. Utah, Chicago. Good matchup. They seems to breed great ball games.
Well, it just comes to me when I think of the games that we've had out there last couple of years. Michael Jordan hit a jump shot from about 20 feet away to win a game. Then John Stockton, with 4 seconds to go, brought a ball in on the sideline, went down, laid it in, and they won. And of course, the triple overtime game that the Bulls lost. Michael got thrown out, suspended a game. And then this last year, we're down by 20 points, as you pointed out earlier. And all of a sudden, they turned it around, and they put together the start of a 5-game winning streak on the road.
That's absolutely a very significant one indeed. Hey, one last thing. You know, I've been taking a lot of heat tonight. Coldest night of the year, and I forgot my suit coat at home. So thanks to our colleague Neil Funk, he provided me with this. This is better than I usually wear, by the way. Nice suit coat, don't you think, Red?
That's better than Neil usually wears, too. There's Neil coatless.
He's coatless. He's freezing right now.
He's been speechless, but I've never seen him coatless.
Yeah, that's right. All right, we've got the Utah Jazz, the Chicago Bulls, coming up next on Channel 9.
The World Champion Chicago Bulls are brought to you by Miller Sharps. All the taste of a great beer without all the alcohol. Your local Ford dealer. Quality people, quality products. Your local McDonald's restaurant, where what you want is what you get. That's McDonald's today. The Chicago Tribune. It's worth it. The people at Nike, who encourage you to just do it. True Value. Got a tough job to do? You can do it with True Value hardware stores. AT&T, proud sponsor of the NBA and the Chicago Bulls. Toyota and their full line of quality cars and trucks. Toyota, I love what you do for me. And by American Airlines. We mean business in Chicago.
Watch out, Europe. Here come the Griswolds.
My family and I are looking for sex.
They're attempting the language, trying the customs.
Hey, Dad, look. Bedpan.
And driving the locals crazy.
They're going to hang somebody.
Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo lead an American invasion. And the world may never be the same.
Still on holiday, are you?
National Lampoon's European Vacation. Thursday night at 7 on Channel 9. Watch out, Europe. Here come the Griswolds.
My family and I are looking for sex.
They're attempting the language, trying the customs.
Hey, Dad, look. Bedpan.
And driving the locals crazy.
They're going to hang somebody.
Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo lead an American invasion. And the world may never be the same.
Still on holiday, are you?
National Lampoon's European Vacation. Thursday night at 7 on Channel 9.
John, meet my daughter, Denise. John here is not only a Bull, but a Notre Dame boy.
That's right. Say, John, what is Notre Dame French for?
Our Lady. Smart guy. Marry my daughter?
And make a heck of a pot of chili.
Sorry, Bob, I'm already married. Happily? Look, John, I'll level with you. My gene pool is shot to hell, okay?
It's true. I've seen him at the beach.
Tuesday, March 23rd is Miller Genuine Draft Mini Blimp Night. Be there.
Hey, Willard Scott here at True Value with my friend Pat Summerall.
And we're asking shoppers what they like best about True Value. Is it personal service?
Or low prices.
True Value is much better quality, much better prices even than discount places.
They always greet you at the door.
And, and the prices are good.
Oh, yeah.
I like it for the price and the values that's here.
For personal service
and low prices, bring your family to ours.
The True Value family of stores.
You look for that one store and you trust it, and that's where you go.
The NFL has lots of brutes. Hulks and bulks and big galoos. When Barry they see, they stare and say, "He's a munchkin, he can't play. This'll be an easy day." Sad, he replies, "Poor me, I'm small." Then by them he flies with the ball. 6'10", he's not the speed he's got. In cushy shoes, he trains a lot. So he's not big with bulk enlarged. Just think of him as turbocharged.
McDonald's will donate $25 to charitables when any Bulls player slam dunks during this game. McDonald's, where you always get a great deal on our extra value meals.
Utah Jazz at 32-17. Chicago Bulls at 34-17. Set to go for the starting lineups. Let's go to the public address announcer, Ray Clay.
Now for tonight's lineup. First for the visiting Utah Jazz. At forward from Louisiana Tech, 6'9", Karl Malone. A 6'6" forward from DePaul, Tyrone Corbin. At center, 7'4" from UCLA, Mark Eaton. At one guard from Gonzaga, 6'1", John Stockton. At the other guard, 6'4" from Mississippi State, Jeff Malone. The Utah Jazz are coached by Jerry Sloan, assisted by Phil Johnson, Gordon Chiesa, and David Freeman. The trainer, Don Sparks. Chicago Bulls. And forward from Clemson, 6'10", Horace Grant. A 6'7" forward from Central Arkansas, Scottie Pippen. The man in the middle from Vanderbilt, 7-foot Will Perdue. A 6'2" guard from Iowa, B.J. Armstrong. From North Carolina, at guard, 6'6", Michael Jordan. The head coach of the Bulls is Phil Jackson.
There's a look at Phil Jackson in his 4th year at the bench of the Chicago Bulls. Bulls are 14-7 lifetime against the Utah Jazz. On the other side, the only man to have his number retired, number 4, Jerry Sloan, is the head coach of the Utah Jazz. They won 51 or more games. There he is in the left-hand corner of your screen. 51 or more games, 4 straight years. They were 55-27 last year. Take a look at the Iron Men in this league, and Scottie Pippen and John Stockton are right there behind Reggie Miller. These two teams read very similar in that they've gone through some ups and downs thus far this season, but the Jazz come in having won 4 of their last 5 and 3 in a row on the road. And the birthday boy's number 23, Michael Jordan. And let's see what he offers Red Kerr here.
Happy birthday, Mike.
A little birthday clap of chalk right in front of our broadcast position. Take a look at the winning road teams in the NBA. There are only 6 of them that have winning records or 500 or better records. You see the winners right there, and the Bulls in Utah among the top 3 in the NBA. The tip-off of tonight's game, the overhead camera shot brought to you by the Upper Deck Company. Nobody does basketball like Upper Deck. A missed jump on the opening tip as Jim Clark did the honors for the officials at center court. Jake O'Donnell is on this crew along with Joe Forte. So now we're set to go. Perdue and Mark Eaton on the tip. And it's controlled by the Utah Jazz. Perdue getting the start in the middle tonight because of the presence of Eaton. They feel that's a little bit better matchup. And then later on, when Mike Brown comes in right, as you mentioned, with, of course, earlier tonight on Bullseye, they'll bring in Stacey King. Off the turnover by Utah. Jordan back the other way to Armstrong. Pippen. $25 from McDonald's to Charitables every time a Chicago Bulls slam dunks during tonight's game. Scottie's averaged 29 points in his last 4 games. Malone from the outside had 40 earlier this month in Utah against the Bulls. Opening minute of play in this first quarter, the Utah Jazz and the Chicago Bulls. Utah led the Midwest Division much of the way until San Antonio got hot. Pippen off the mark on that shot. Purdue retrieves. Bulls lead the NBA in offensive rebounding. B.J. Armstrong.
Well, it was great to see B.J. work a little pick and roll on John Stockton for a change.
Yes, it was, and B.J.'s averaging 15 points in his last 9 games. That's above his season average. Jeff Malone gets it away and connects. He was stone cold in Utah on, what was it, February 1st these two teams got together. But tonight hits his first offering. We're tied at 4. Jordan off a screen by Purdue. Eaton is there. This is Stockton. Malone to Karl Malone. Karl backs on Horace Grant. Horace knocked it out of play. 10 to go on the shot clock. February 1st, these two teams met, and the Bulls erased a 20-point third-period deficit. Came from behind to win, 96-92. Jeff Malone was 1 of 10 in that game. He's already got his first field goal, and here's his second. He's 2 for 2. So the Jazz take a 2-point lead. Michael Jordan sets it up for Chicago. Pippen. Pippen guarded by Corbin, given plenty of room. Michael there for the tip off the mark, and Malone has it. This is Stockton. Jeff Malone backing B.J. Armstrong. Will Purdue the rebound? Boy, Purdue has played well the last 3 games, John.
Yes, he has.
Bullet feed from Jordan intended for Grant, broken up. Grant recovers. Purdue down low, blocked by Eaton in the first foul of the ball game.
Michael with that bullet pass down to Horace Grant. It wasn't theirs. John Stockton, who is second to Michael in steals in the league, was able to get his hand in there. He tripped over Horace. He was going out of bounds, and then finally the ball came underneath to Will Purdue. He started to put it up, and big Mark Eaton hits him on the right wrist. Mark picks up his first foul, and you're right. This is a good matchup, Will Purdue and Mark Eaton. Eaton does not get into the offensive area very much, so when Mike Brown comes in, a little more active player, it would seem that Stacey King would match up much better to that.
Or Scott Williams, depending on how they want to go. There's Jerry Sloan on the Utah bench. Purdue averaging 9.6 points per game, 7.6 rebounds in his last 3 games. He's shooting 63.6% from the field over that period. Jazz leading by 1. Early going first quarter from Chicago Stadium. Stockton, the no-look intended for Eaton, broken up on the play by Grant to Pippen. Scotty to Jordan. Oh, the reverse.
Right around the mailman, and a little double hitch up, hook off the glass.
No hitch in that giddy-up. Stockton with the floater. Eaton the tip.
That time it looked like Will Purdue came out and got just a fingernail on that ball, and Eaton was able to follow it up without being blocked out.
Horace Grant. Jordan around Malone. Will Purdue. Horace Grant. The offensive rebounding percentage for the Bulls is 36%. That's the best in the NBA.
Well, you got the leader. You just saw the leader in action in the NBA in offensive rebounds.
Horace Grant, number 1 in that category. 7 to go on the shot clock now. Stockton stymied a bit. Jeff Malone looking for room with 3 to go. The lean in. Scottie Pippen. The offensive board has belonged to the Bulls in the early going of this first period, but the Jazz are still within 1 point of Chicago. Bulls leading 9-8. Horace Grant. B.J. Armstrong.
You can almost hear the kid holler as he came off the screen. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And there he was open.
Double figures in his last 9 games for B.J. Armstrong. He has 4 points in the early going of the first quarter. 3-point Chicago lead. Jeff Malone up and firing again. Will Perdue is there. Malone, after hitting his first 2 now, has missed his last 4. Perdue blocked by Eaton and a foul. Second on Eaton, second on the team.
Let's take a look at Scotty hitting Michael earlier with the basket. Here comes Malone. Michael ducks underneath, lays it up off the glass. And on this play, Will Perdue hustles on down the court. Michael, well, here's another look at the reverse shot. And then here's Michael on a blind pass to Will. Will goes underneath and gets hit by Eaton. Eaton commits a second foul, so it's paid off with Will on the start here, and he drops the free throw in as Mike Brown comes in the game to replace Mark Eaton.
Mark Eaton goes to the bench, had knee surgery earlier this year, John, and has not really made a full recovery, not moving well. He was never great in terms of quick feet, but he's not moving as well as he used to move.
Yeah, his knee and his back bother him. I was talking to Jerry Sloan in Utah, and he says he doesn't even have a chance to work out with the team.
Practice time limited by the injury situation. They just want him to be there for games, and it's obviously affected. His minutes are way down this year. Jazz have been cold from the floor. Stockton rectifies the situation, but it won't count. Traveling
caught
the
his
call.
own pass. Yes, sir. He ran into the man in the middle, caught his own pass, and Jake O'Donnell with the call. Watch, just take a quick look at it. There he goes in. He caught his own pass. Good detective work by Jake.
He doesn't miss much out there, does he? Jake O'Donnell, veteran NBA official. Scottie Pippen on Tyrone Porter.
A lefty jump. Timeout, 22nd timeout.
Bulls are on a run, and the Jazz are stone cold. 6:38 to go in the first period. Chicago's lead is 7.
22nd timeout. Did they stretch it all the way out here now?
Mike Wells. Mike Hannick, please report to gate 3.5. Mike Wells and Mike.
They're going with a full timeout.
Country goes with Western. Rock goes with roll. And with Miller Sharps, you get all the crisp, refreshing taste of a great beer without all the alcohol. So the great beer taste of Sharps goes with anything, anytime.
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it.
It's Toyota's first big sales event of the year, and you'll get excited over the deals on tough Toyota trucks. Right now, save big money on a rugged 4x4. And there's even big factory incentives on 4x2s.
I want to, oh yeah.
And see Toyota's exciting new big truck, the T100. So hurry up and get to your Toyota dealer during the first big sales event of the new year.
Ooh, take me where there's something special.
American Airlines can take you to more of the Caribbean than anyone, with service to 25 islands in the Caribbean and the Bahamas, along with very affordable flyaway vacation packages. So given all the options, what will it be? American Airlines, something special to the Caribbean.
March 23rd, Bulls take on the T-Wolves. It's Miller Genuine Draft Mini Bowl-Limp Night. First 10,000 fans, 21 and older, will receive a Mini Bowl-Limp compliments of Miller Genuine Draft. Utah Jazz resume offensively. They've been stone cold. Horace Grant with that defense. You take a look at the Bulls running from the outside. A three-pointer for Stockton. Stockton gets him off the schneid here and puts him right back in it. Down by 4 are the Jazz, and Jordan goes to work. Back tap by Malone, chased down by Grant. DJ straddling that, nearly straddling the midcourt stripe.
Good flexibility.
He almost fell over the wrong way there. Grant on the drive. Malone the rebound. Here's Stockton. Stockton and Malone, Olympians, all-stars, and Malone down low, missed the puppy inside. This is Pippen. MJ, given the outside pop.
Well, Ty Corbin from DePaul said, go ahead, Mike, I'm not going to let you drive on me. Michael faked the shot and then knocked it in.
Bulls leading by 6 now, coming up on 5.5 left to go in this first quarter. Stockton to Malone. Driving baseline, Corbin, and we've got a foul. First foul of the game on the Chicago Bulls. It's coming up on Will Perdue. His first and the first on the team. Former DePaul standout Tyrone Corbin at the free throw line. Stephen Howard is also a part of this team, another DePaul graduate. GTE Academic All-America was Howard, and Ty Corbin had an outstanding career at DePaul, graduated in 1985. Puts it on a pair here, and the Jazz again closed within 4. Opening period at Chicago Stadium. Good to have you with us. It's a cold winter night in Chicago. Pippen off a screen by Perdue, leaves it short. Karl Malone the rebound. Stockton sets it up. Jeff Malone, the quick release over Michael Jordan. Horace Grant pries it loose off the board. Here's Pippen. MJ to Will Perdue.
Good look. Michael has hit Will now 3 times. Will has gone to the foul line twice, and he gets a basket. He's got 5 points in the first quarter. Good heads-up work by Will and Michael.
5 points for Will Perdue. He leads everybody in scoring, including the 4 All-Stars that have been on the floor tonight. Down low, Malone missed another one in close, and Horace Grant is there to clean up. Bulls are giving 1 shot and out. Jordan for 3. Yes.
Yeah, rack it up. The Bulls got eaten alive by Cleveland with that 3, and here now they'll take the 20-second timeout and talk it over a little bit.
4:16 to go in the first quarter. Utah's 22nd timeout, and the Bulls will huddle briefly with Phil Jackson. Very efficient offense thus far in this first period of play for the Bulls. They come out shooting a 9 of 17 from the floor to start the ball game, 52.9%. It's all-star time of the NBA. You'll want to watch No Bull this Sunday for Phil Jackson's analysis of the Bulls season as they head into the break. And you'll hear from special in-studio guest Scott Williams. That's No Bull with Phil Jackson Sunday at 10 p.m. on WGN-TV. And, of course, as Arnie Harris might say if he could, watching the Bulls is getting to be a habit.
Very good.
Boy, I tell you, I don't believe I relayed that line on his behalf. He gives Harry better lines than that during the Cubs season. Malone trying to feed it inside, broken up by Perdue, taken by Grant. Pippen to Jordan. MJ. No, but a foul.
He was going to flip that ball up. He had to dig it out after they grabbed the foul. Jeff Malone picks up foul number 1. We'll take a look at the upper deck trading card cam. Here Michael goes down. Now he hears the whistle, and he's got the ball stuck in, but he pulls it back out, flips it up, and he'll shoot 2 free throws.
He almost made that thing. MJ shooting at 84% from the free throw stripe this season. A couple of changes coming up. You see Darrell Walker coming into the lineup, replacing B.J. Armstrong.
Darrell Walker, they come big this time. Normally he comes in for Michael, but Darrell Walker was just signed for the rest of the year. He played really well on a 10-day contract. The first player I can remember the Bulls doing that with, taking a player, giving him 2 10-day contracts, and then signing him for the rest of the season.
Jazz finally clear. The Bulls lead is 10, largest of the evening for either team. Ty Corbin over Will Perdue. Long rebound to Mike Brown. A rare offensive rebound.
Mike wants Darrell in the hole.
He's got him. Corbin goes inside. Brown down low. Grant helped out. 3-second violation of the call on the Utah Jazz.
Right, more another turnover. That's their 5th turnover.
Utah averages 15.4 turnovers per ball game. Bulls yet to turn it over. They lead the NBA in fewest turnovers per game at 13.9. Coming up on 3 minutes to go. First period of play. Bulls leading by 10. Jordan picked up on a switch by Karl Malone. Heaves it from deep, and Will Perdue chases down to the corner, but ran out of real estate on a save attempt.
Well, they bring in Jay Humphries now. They've got 2 really fine big guards. Jay Humphries had given the Bulls fits when he was with Milwaukee, and that's the reason that Darrell Walker comes in to play against a little bigger guy.
Utah started out fast. They've been cold. Brown can't make it go either. Walker clears. Jazz have missed a lot of shots in close, John. Pippen down low, can't make it go, and Corbett is there. Here's Jay Humphries running the break. A brick off the heel of the rim, and Scottie Pippen takes it away. Bulls on the run now. Jordan. Walker. Pippen is open. Karl Malone the rebound.
Well, the Bulls are catching a team that's not shooting well on the road, and they can't just finish it off here. That's where you got to go to bread and butter right there.
Karl Malone, and again, Karl Malone off to a slow start. Now 1 of 5 from the field. Pippen on the drive. 6 points for Scottie Pippen, and the Bulls extend the advantage to 12. Under 2 minutes to go. First quarter.
Boy, big rebounds. 14 rebounds for the Bulls. 5 off the offensive glass here in the first quarter. They're missing shots. The Bulls are collecting and really breaking.
Mike Brown on a power move is fouled. Let's pause for station identification.
This is WGN-TV Chicago, America's #1 sports station.
Fouls on Horace Grant, his first, and the first on the team in the last 2 minutes of the first quarter. We take a break with the Bulls leading by 12.
When you go all out, you get thirsty. That's the time to go for a Miller Sharps. You get all the crisp, refreshing taste of a great beer without all the alcohol. So take a time out for the great beer taste of Sharps. Anytime.
Quality and value make your Ford dealer #1.
And once again, thousands of volunteers and donors came through, giving over $2 million to the Chicago Tribune Holiday Fund this past season. Every cent goes to organizations in our communities that provide a wide range of services, including shelters for the homeless, food banks, and toys for needy children. So on behalf of all the people you helped, the Chicago Tribune Holiday Fund says thank you.
On March 26th, when the Bulls take on the Orlando Magic, it's McDonald's Squeeze Bottle Night. First 10,000 fans will receive a Bulls Squeeze Bottle compliments of McDonald's. So if you don't have a squeeze to take to the game, we'll provide you with one. Wayne Larrabee, Johnny Redker, minute 43 left to go. First quarter, Bulls playing well, leading 25-13 over the Utah Jazz. Doing the job on the boards, as John mentioned, 5 offensive turnovers has fueled the Bulls' attack. But you know, John, that's been the pattern this season. The team has been shooting around 47%, but have done a heck of a job of the offensive glass. Best in the league.
Super job on the glass. Big Mike Brown, former Chicago Bull, will step to the line to shoot a couple free throws here. He drove in. Horace Grant committed the foul. Trent Tucker is in for Michael Jordan.
Brown, originally drafted on the 3rd round by the Bulls back in the mid-'80s, played in Italy for a year before returning to the Bulls in the NBA. And he's played a key role for this Utah Jazz. You know, the thing about Utah, and I know that they've struggled at times this year, John, but I was talking to Jerry Sloan before the game. They have a much better bench than they've had in recent years. They really have some experience off that bench now.
You still look down at the end, you find 3 guys that you don't really recognize their names. That really hurts a team that's contending for the division and for the a shot at the championship.
Brett Tucker. Pippen with time winding down. Ty Corbin the rebound. But there was a day, John, when the first guys they'd bring off the bench were youngsters that you'd had trouble, you know, recognizing.
Well, like Eric Murdoch, you know, he played there, put in his seasoning, and he's become a very, very good point guard with Milwaukee.
Hard off the glass for Brown, it won't go. Boy, the shooting has been frigid now for the Jazz, under 30%. Under a minute to go in this first quarter. Shot clock in the left-hand corner of your screen. Game clock on the right. Tucker gets the step on the drive. Trying to dish a force to King. Broken up and stolen on the play by Corbin. This is Humphries. Jazz have missed 9 in a row. Mike Brown from 20-plus.
Downtown. Mike Brown. Well, they wanted to go 2 for 1, and will they get it?
Humphries on the finger roll.
Bulls have to extend this lead. They came down twice, did not get a good shot, fiddled the ball away, and now they come down here and give the driving Humphreys his first field goal.
There's the different shot clock on the left, game clock on the right. It's at about a 5-second differential. Pippen with the floor spread. Got a foul coming up here on Corbin, I believe, cutting him off. Ty Corbin's first.
Picks his first, second, bumping him out into the corner. Oops. That's what I thought it was first. I saw that sign flash up, and I was wondering where he got. The statistician had 2 fouls. And Bulls with 10.6 on the clock.
Pippen. Walker. Tucker. Wow. Talk about an exclamation point to end the first period of play. And the lead for Chicago at the end of 12 minutes is 10 points over the Utah Jazz. But what a way to go out.
For Marty McFly, the greatest adventure of all time started 30 years in the past.
Solid grade. Just a very intense streak.
Now he has one chance.
I came here in a time machine that you invented.
To save the future.
This is it.
Before time runs out.
I got all the time I want. I got a time machine.
Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, the original Back to the Future at a special time. Monday at 6:30 on WGN Channel 9.
I think we all agree. Incidentally, I'm Peter Falk, and I'm talking for Easter Seals. I think we all agree people with disabilities deserve the right to go to the same places you and I go. It's only right. And now it's the law. The Americans with Disabilities Act directs all businesses to make their facilities accessible to people with disabilities. That's good for disabled Americans, but I'm here to tell you, it's good for business, too. I see it as 43 million potential new customers. If you have a restaurant or store, I urge you to make it accessible. It's not as if you had to knock down the building. It could be as simple as a wider aisle or a little ramp or bigger type on the menu. And hey, if I come by and I have to wait a little while for a table because you're busier than usual, I'll understand. To find out how you can make your business accessible, contact the Easter Seal Society in your community. This is Peter Falk for Easter Seals.
If you find the interest rate on your credit card to be rather high, you should know about Smart Rate from the Discover Card. With Smart Rate, the more you choose the Discover Card when making purchases, the lower your rate can be. And the Discover Card still charges no annual fee. Now, doesn't that put everything in a whole new perspective? Smart Rate, as low as 14.9%. It pays to Discover, the card that pays you back.
Chevy Chase leads an American invasion, and the world may never be the same. National Lampoon's European Vacation, Thursday night at 7.
Well, we got a couple of birthday people here. There's Michael Jordan. He's 30 today, and that woman sitting on the right up there, that's Joan Kerr. Happens to be my sister. Yes, not born in the same year, but on the same day.
All right.
Let's see, I had one other quick birthday I wanted to get in here, but we'll have to... Here it is here. Bill McFadden, his 50th birthday. All right, enough of that.
The numbers of the first quarter, really the rebounding tells the story, and the Utah shooting is another factor. Jordan on the reverse scoop. You knew he had to do something to answer Scotty's shot to end the first quarter.
Absolutely.
Here come the Jazz. Bulls held the edge on the boards of that first quarter of play. 16-12. Stockton, nice move. Boy, the Jazz have missed a lot of close ones inside. And a foul coming up here. The loose ball foul is on David Benoit, who reported on to start the second quarter. First on Benoit and the first on the team. Bulls by 10. Opening minute of play, second quarter. Kind of a quiet stadium crowd tonight. Stockton got a hand on it, but apparently not the last to touch it. B.J. Armstrong out of play.
Well, the Bulls went about 11 and a half minutes without a turnover, and now they commit one in the last 30 seconds and another one here in the opening 45 seconds.
Humphreys measures over Walker. Jordan is there to pick it away. Mentioned a quiet crowd. They may be thawing out. I mean, it's that cold tonight here in Chicago. MJ guarded by Humphries. Bulls leading by 10. Armstrong with 4 to go on the shot clock. For 2.
Michael was trying to do his thing. It wasn't there. BJ comes up with his 6th point of the night.
BJ 3 of 3 from the field as Stockton takes it down the lane. He's bumped to the floor, and the foul called quickly by Jake O'Donnell. The foul is on Armstrong. It is his first and the first on the team in the second quarter. Non-shooting affair for the Utah Jazz. We mentioned it, the Jazz, one of the better road teams in the NBA. They were 18-23 last year. They're 14-10 this year. Krzysztofiak. Rebound, Stacey King. Bulls leading by 12 now. Almost 2 minutes gone by in this second quarter. The Jazz yet to score in the period. Walker. Nice feed from Stacey King.
Good play. Darrell Walker got it. Didn't want the jump shot. Stayed low to the ground. Took one dribble. Laid it up off the glass.
Utah opened the game hitting 3 of its first 3 shots from the field. They're now 6 of 23. Humphries on the roll. Make it 7 of 24. And Jay Humphries has 4 points. Chicago lead is 12. Stacey King against Mike Brown. Stacey going left. Got a foul coming up. And apparently it's going to be on Mike Brown for a hold. I thought Krzysztofiak maybe on a reach, but
you'd see that left hand, the right hand come out. You're right, Mike. He did. He sort of reached around and grabbed it. He got away with it. And not a shooting foul, so they'll take it out on the side.
It's only the second team foul on Utah. Here's Jordan. Backing Humphries.
Humphries, too.
Off the glass.
Humphries got them both folded arms in the back of MJ, and they said if there's 2 hands, then it's a problem. But if there's 2 elbows,
that's different. Sometimes the elbows can sting more than the hand, right?
Oh, yes.
Jay Humphries double teamed by Grant and B.J. Armstrong. Or I should say by Darrell Walker and Horace Grant, and Walker got a piece of it. Watch.
There's Michael getting a little double bump. Off the glass, yes.
Good feed interior to Benoit, fouled by Jordan.
Good move by Benoit. He didn't come across and take the shot in one motion. He delayed right here. He fakes. Michael goes up and comes back with what a play that would have been, and he blocked that one. Here's Michael flying. What a great reaction.
You know, the thing about Jordan is he's in the air so much longer than anyone else, you know?
Yeah.
Benoit makes good on his first. Here's Scott Williams in the ball game in place of Horace Grant. David Benoit back at the line. Originally acquired as a free agent after playing in Spain. Played a solid year last year.
Oh, really played well last year.
That allowed the trade of Blue Edwards to Milwaukee.
Oh, Darrell was going to go to the hoop, and he got in trouble.
And Scott Williams was throwing it the other way.
Benoit turned his head, and as he turned his head to look over Scott Williams, Darrell was going to sneak down the lane to the hoop, and that was there.
Chicago turnovers now at 3. Utah's committed 5 turnovers, all in the first period of play. Krzysztofiak on the interior feed to Benoit.
So Krzysztofiak is given a couple passes, nice passes underneath, and it's back to 10 points.
Coming up on 8.5 left to go. Walker, good move. Jordan on the tip, won't go. King the offensive board. Krzysztofiak breaks it up. King on the reverse.
Now the Bulls stayed right on it. Very well done. King gets a reward for staying there.
12-point advantage for Chicago. Krzysztofiak. Got a foul coming up early on that drive.
Scott Williams. Tough, hard kid, Krystkowiak. Knee problems. He was involved in that trade you had mentioned earlier where Murdoch and Blue Edwards went to Milwaukee. Jay Humphreys and this young man.
On Scott Williams, his first personal foul, third on the team. Krystkowiak's first is there. There's a look at Scott Williams. Mike Brown leaves, and Karl Malone back on for the Utah Jazz. Malone just 2 points on 1 field goal here thus far tonight. 1 of 5 from the floor, and I hope I didn't wake him up. Krystkowiak puts in on a pair. 10-point ball game in favor of the Bulls as you get a look at it from the Upper Deck trading card cam. Stacey King going to work. 10 to go for the Bulls on the shot clock. 5 to go for Chicago. Jordan unloads from deep.
Yeah, 3 times. Give him 3 points on that play. 13 in the game. MJ's second three-pointer.
13-point advantage for the Bulls. We are second period of play.
Michael has got to come in with something spectacular here now just to get even with Scotty.
Humphreys left it woefully short. Scott Williams' outlet pass nearly picked away by Humphreys, but Jordan is there. B.J. Armstrong lost the handle for a moment. Gets the step baseline. Bulls bang the boards again. Stacey King, another try. This time he is fouled. Benoit tied him up down low.
Good job by King back on the offensive glass. He's got 2 offensive rebounds. Take a look at down the side. The shot was missed. There's Walker trying to keep it alive. Stacey King up once, up again. Shades of Chuck Oakley.
Benoit did tie him up, but apparently they assessed the foul to Krystkowiak. Bulls have a 9-4 edge over Jerry Sloan's Utah Jazz. With Stacey King at the line. 9-4 edge on the offensive board. King now with 3 points. His last 3 games, he's shot 66%, John. 8 points and 3 rebounds per game in 17 minutes per game. He and Will Perdue in the last 3 games since they basically sat Bill Cartwright down to rest the back and the knee have done a pretty good job in the middle, to say the least. Krystkowiak driving baseline, stopped by King. Coming up on 7 minutes left to go, first half. The double team by King and Pippen. They reverse it to Benoit.
King doing a good job. Good job up there. That's a muscular team out there to rebound against, and Krystkowiak and Karl Malone. Yeah, he's done a nice job.
Stacey King doing more than holding his own. Pippen, nice.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Highlight film all the way.
6 for Stacey King, but oh, what a feed from Scottie Pippen. 17-point lead. That's got to be the biggest of the night. Got a whistle coming up here. Foul is on Stacey King. Or is it? No, they're legal. Illegal defense apparently on the Bulls. 6:24 left to go in this first half of play. Time out of the floor. The Bulls leading by 17.
This might look like a typical light beer, and some typical skiers enjoying a typical day on the slopes. But this is no typical run.
Well, I know you're all bubbling with excitement. Any questions?
And this doesn't taste like a typical light beer, because this is cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft Light. So there's nothing typical about it.
Hi, Pat Summerall here at True Value, where the main attraction is personal service. Or is it low prices? Well, let's find out.
They do have sales, and you can tell it's a sale price. It's not just a few pennies. It's a real sale.
I like their quality and their service.
You look for that one store and you trust it, and that's where you go.
For personal service and low prices, bring your family to ours, the True Value family of stores.
Everything I needed to move into my new house, I bought right here.
More people buy Ford trucks than any other. That's because Ford has a truck for every need and savings to match. Save $1,300 on the best-selling Ford F-150. Save $2,000 on the best-selling Ford Ranger. Get $2,650 savings on Ford Aerostar and save over $1,900 on the runaway bestseller, Ford Explorer. Nobody delivers more truck for your dollar than Ford, and nobody sells more trucks than your Ford dealer. See your local Ford dealer today.
On March 9th, Bulls battle the Seattle Supersonics. Miller Lite Static Sticker Night. First 10,000 fans, 21 and up, receive a Bulls Static Sticker, compliments of Miller Lite. Hey, listen, we got some high-powered entertainment here at halftime with Dan Rowan, I understand, huh?
Absolutely. We have the head coach of the Chicago Bears be our guest at halftime. Dan Rowan will be here. Here's what's on tap at halftime. News break. Dan Rowan with Dave Wannstedt. Highlight stats at NBA scores. All coming up at halftime. Utah Jazz resume. They trail by 17.
Boy, Harry would have trouble with that name going backwards, wouldn't
Yeah,
he?
spelling that backwards, yeah. I can't spell it forwards, much less backwards, and we got a foul as Malone draws contact down low. Foul is coming up on, I believe, Stacey King on the back, and that's the call. First on King. There's a look at some of the walking wounded. Bill Cartwright on the left of your screen, Rodney McRae in the middle, and John Paxson on the right. We expect all to return at some period shortly after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. Phil Jackson mentioned in our Bullseye segment tonight that the key for this ball club, John, is to get people healthy and to play well down the stretch of the regular season. And then you go into the playoffs. If you're healthy and you're playing well, you take your chances.
Right.
Scott Williams, the rebound here. Malone good on 1 out of 2, has just 3 points. Again, he had 35 in the first 3 quarters at Utah on February 1st. 5 points in the fourth quarter, 40 in the game. But tonight's been quiet thus far for Karl Malone. Bulls playing well thus far in this first half. 7 to go on the shot clock. MJ cranks it from deep. Chris Kobiak, the rebound. The former Milwaukee Bucks teammate, Jay Humphries. Jeff Malone back into the lineup. The mailman down low, double teamed by Stacey King.
Oh, he was double teamed. Everybody ran away, and he said, look what I got here.
5 points for Malone. The Jazz now trail by 14.
Oh, Michael
not
threw another
expecting
one.
that.
That's the second time or third time it's gone across court and out of bounds.
Armstrong with a hanging jumper. BJ gets it back. Scottie Pippen on the perimeter. The Bulls pulling out. King has position on Karl Malone down low. They go to Jordan off the screen by Williams. Chris Kobiak the rebound. Humphries on the run. Nice feed to Benoit in impressive fashion. 6 for Benoit off the bench in the second quarter.
You'd really like to see the Bulls give the ball to Stacey King down low a couple times and let him just go after Karl Malone. You got to see if they can draw a foul while they've got this lead.
No question. Now Stacey back to the basket on Chris Kobiak.
Wow, looky here.
8 points for Stacey King here in the second quarter. Chicago lead again is 14. Bulls have been shooting the ball better, 55.7% in their last 2 games. Cleveland and Sacramento. Jeff Malone. King is there. Jazz continue cold from the floor, shooting under 40%. Look at the inside points. Had a turnover on Chicago. Turn it back to the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, he said that nice pass. It was my fault. I let it get away. Whoops. No, nobody's coming in. Will can't come in yet.
Watch this.
Scotty tries to make that wraparound pass down low. Michael was waving for it, and he says, oh, I let it go right out of my hand.
You don't see that happen often.
They had to bring King back on the floor. Everybody.
Now the Jazz take it across. Mark Eaton back into the ball game for Utah, along with John Stockton. Stockton jumped out on a switch by King. Now they switch back. Stockton left unattended for a moment. Williams is there. Jazz have just not been able to find the bucket tonight. Yet they shot very well up at Milwaukee, 54% the other night. Jordan connecting. MJ with 15. 16 points the lead for Chicago. You could hold this Utah team to 30 points at this juncture in the game. They average 107.5 points a game. Here's Karl Malone. Nicely done. 7 for Malone. Bulls by 14. Pippen against Benoit. Quick hands by David Benoit. It'll belong to Chicago with 9 to go on the shot clock. Ball at the baseline, and here comes Will Perdue and Horace Grant back into the game for Scott Williams and Stacey King.
Good job, and a timeout by the Bulls.
3:13 left to go, and this is the first half of play. The Bulls on the lead by 14 points.
This may look like a typical night beer, and some typical friends enjoying a typical day in the park. But this is no typical day in the park. And this doesn't taste like a typical light beer, because this is cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft Light. So there's nothing typical about it.
Across the universe, people are asking, what fiend would steal Air Jordans?
Oh, goody! More Air Jordans for me!
Pebble Beach.
There's no way for a Pamper superstar to travel.
What the?
And they're all mine.
Give me those Air Jordans.
No, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, no, yes, no, yes, no. Take these or else.
Saved by a clever adage. Things seem bleak for our hero. Wait, a giant pencil with an equally giant eraser. I smell trouble. I smell popcorn.
You got better popcorn?
Eat it while it's hot.
Eat it while it's butter.
Our heroes have made the world safe for truth, justice.
And Mike's royalty checks from Nike.
That's all, folks.
That's my client line. It says so in my deal.
Jeez, what a pig.
Sign up for the Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic coming July 31st and August 1st to Chicago's Grant Park. Some of the sponsors include Chicago Tribune, Coca-Cola, Sport Mart, and Salem Sportswear. Call 312-943-5800 for more information. There's the new head coach of the Chicago Bears, Dave Wannstedt. Bulls resume offensively. B.J. Armstrong fresh off the bench with 2. He has 8 points in the game.
You know, B.J. reminds me of, I played with a guy named Hal Greer, who scored over 20,000 points, a Hall of Famer. And it would amaze me and amaze Hal when he missed a jump shot. And that's the way I feel now about B.J. When he misses a shot, it's surprising.
Jeff Malone off the mark on this one. Jordan might have gotten a piece of that. Here's Pippen on the run. B.J. Armstrong finishes the drive. 10 now for Armstrong. Been in double figures the last 10 ball games now.
This crowd is really quiet, and they expected a tougher battle, and at this stage, it's been all Bulls.
Yeah, the Jazz have effectively taken the crowd out of the game, haven't they? By trailing by 18. On the drive, Corbin scores in a foul. Yes, and it counts.
Ty Corbin goes right to the hole. He gets his first hoop of the game and knocks
Will
it in.
Perdue.
Yeah, Will Perdue picks up his second foul. Nice move to the hoop by Ty Corbin.
That puts the Bulls over the limit, John, and we have 2:24 left to go in the second period of play. Ty Corbin has 5 points in the ball game. Boy, Joey Meyer would like to have Stephen Howard and Ty Corbin back for some eligibility, wouldn't he? That DePaul Blue Demon team is a young ball club that's going to get better in the future, but they're taking their lumps this year. 50-35. Bulls on top. Time winding down to the shot clock. Scotty had it knocked away by Malone and Stockton, and here comes Humphries to the mailman, and he delivers. 9 for Karl Malone. 13-point Chicago lead. They've had as big a lead as, what, 18? Jordan to B.J. Armstrong from deep. Pippen put it up on the wrong side of the backboard.
Don't let it reset. He said it. He put it up. He got it blocked as he got the rebound back. 22 seconds.
Apparently it was touched by Utah Jazz as it went up on the backside of the backboard.
They should be putting this one away. They had an 18-point lead. That's the biggest lead. And don't let this team back in. They're too good a ball club to be here.
Yeah, they start connecting. Armstrong, good drive. Tried to go up on the reverse. Malone knocked it out of play.
He thought he was in clear sailing when he got by Mount Eaton, but he ran into Karl Malone.
Ran into a foothill called Karl
Yes,
Malone.
Right.
The inbounds to Michael. Tough shot. Malone is there. Humphries. Jazz set the half-court offense. Bulls are leading by 13. Utah trying to climb back into it before halftime. Under 2 minutes to go, first half. Karl Malone over Horace Grant. Grant the rebound to Jordan. Michael to Scottie Pippen. B.J. Armstrong. Good ball movement by the Bulls.
3 seconds.
They got a 3-second violation coming up.
Bulls are trying to get a little bit too fancy on it instead of just completing what they set out to do. And you know, Phil feels the same way.
You know, Phil feels like you do, John, that this game, you know, they could have this team down by as many as 20. They were up by 18 at one juncture. And the way Utah has shot, shooting 35%. Take a look at the turnovers this quarter. That's one of the ways Utah has hung in there, forcing Chicago turnovers.
Michael
Malone, no, but a foul.
I think Jordan got him backing into him, didn't he?
Yep, one Olympian to the other, and Jordan picks up his second personal foul.
Jerry's going to be very happy to come out of this one just where he's sitting. As Malone will shoot 2 more. He came into this quarter with only 1 basket. He's got 9. He'll be heading for double figures here.
NBA Player of the Week for the week ending February 1st. 3rd in the NBA in scoring, 9th in rebounding. Karl Malone. Here's a look at the scoring leaders. We'll see Dominique Wilkins here on Channel 9 coming up in March and April.
That's funny. Those guys have, well, all but Karl, they've missed games. Malone makes both free throws.
Jazz have had 14 games where they've missed due to injury. The Bulls, by comparison, John, have missed 48 games due to injury this season. Time winding down to this first half.
I was looking at those leaders and thinking here Mullen is out, and Jordan, of course, was suspended now. Barkley was suspended and out. Dominique Wilkins was injured and out, and the only guy that's been in there for the 49 games, this is his 50th game, is Karl Malone.
Foul on Ty Corbin, his second first in the last 2 minutes on the Utah Jazz. Non-shooting affair for the Bulls, and they resume. Got about a 15-second differential. Shot clock to game clock. Game clock on the right side of your screen. Shot clock on the left. Jordan goes to work against Humphries. Double teamed by Corbin. Jordan on the fade. Left it short. Grant slapping away at it. Going to belong to Chicago.
So they can run it out now with 22.5 seconds to go. Will Perdue comes out and calls 1. Let's see what they do. Michael goes back down under the basket. This didn't work before, but Tucker comes in for Will. They'll keep it spread. Jerry, are you going to react here? No, he's going to put the big guy in. He'll guard Horace, I would imagine now. So Tucker will be Mountain Eaton will have Horace Grant.
Tucker off the inbounds. They've got the floor spread. They'll wind it down.
Scotty's got Karl Malone. He may be able to make a move on the mailman here from the top. Malone looking for a little help behind him.
10 seconds to go. Pippen with time winding down. Nicely done. 10 for Pippen. Humphries did not get it away in time. Well, the first half comes to a close here at Chicago Stadium. The Bulls harassed the Utah Jazz into 35% shooting from the floor, held them to 39 points, and head to the locker room with a 13-point halftime advantage.
Had enough burgers? Now get 2 delicious regular Arby's roast beef sandwiches for just $2.
Arby's is different.
Hey, different is good.
Michael Jordan in Hanes briefs. Michael Jordan in new improved Hanes briefs. It's hard to believe something this great could actually get even better. The new comfort of Hanes briefs. Better fit, better feel, better than ever.
Just wait until we get our hands on you.
Good evening. President Clinton addressing Congress and the nation tonight, outlining the specifics of his new economic program. This afternoon, he was again lobbying congressional leaders to support his plans to increase taxes, cut the deficit, and stimulate the economy. Another sign of lingering tough times in the economy, United Airlines today announced plans to sell its 17 flight kitchens. The move will cut another 5,800 workers from ailing United's payroll. In Arlington Heights, police are investigating the deaths of 57-year-old John Alexakis and his 40-year-old estranged wife, Vasiliki. It appears to have been a murder-suicide. The Chicago area in for another night of bitter cold weather, some of the coldest of the season, and another late winter storm is heading this way for the weekend. Tom Skilling will have the full forecast. In Detroit, fire claimed the lives of 7 children left home alone by their parents. All were overcome by smoke. The oldest of the 7 children was just 9 years of age. The Oscar nominations were released today. Many independent films were nominated, but the big-budget Clint Eastwood Western Unforgiven was a big choice, too, with the most nominations, 9. In this President's Day week, we'll show you a remarkable Abraham Lincoln collection, the lifelong love of one of Chicago's senior judges, and another of Chicago's very own. And believe it or not, spring is coming. Some Chicago Cubs got an early start on spring training and began workouts today in Arizona. Meantime, one Cubs infielder lost his salary arbitration fight and still got a $1 million raise. I'm Rick Rosenthal. We'll have all the day's news, sports, and weather right after the second half of the Bulls game tonight.
Participating advertisers in Bulls basketball are the Discover Card. It pays to discover. Your local Ford dealer. Quality people, quality products. And American Airlines. We mean business in Chicago.
Michael J. Fox, Back to the Future.
Hey, I've seen this one. This is a classic.
At a special time, Monday at 6:30.
If your car battery is dead, you'll just be late getting home. If your toy's batteries are dead, you'll just have to find something else to play with. But have you considered the tragic results of a dead battery in your smoke detector? Remember, change the batteries in your smoke detector at least once a year.
We have so much, these little things, like each new day and what it brings.
With a Blue Cross PPO plan, you have the widest network of hospitals and doctors in Illinois. So you have our best quality, service, and rates, all a little closer.
Dan Roan back at Chicago Stadium, where the Bulls have pulled out to a 13-point lead over the Jazz at halftime, 52-39. And among the crowd here in the stadium watching tonight, Dave Wanstead, the new coach of the Bears. What did you think of that first half?
It was exciting. I'll tell you what, you can see why they're champions. I mean, they're a well-coached team, very talented, and they got great support here.
How about sticking a number 82 or 83 on Michael Jordan, putting him out wide left or right?
I'm sure a lot of football coaches, that's crossed their mind.
Well, Dave, it's been a very busy 10 days in Chicago for you, I know. You're just back from the scouting combine at Indianapolis. What good did you get done down there?
Well, it gave us an initial look, at least the coaches. Our scouts have been seeing these players for 3 or 4 months now, and it gave the coaches a chance to get a look at them on a first-hand basis, see them go through some drills, get a close-up look at their height and weight and so forth, and it was very positive. It looks like it's going to be a good year. And with us having the 7th pick in the draft, we're going to end up with a real good football player.
Now, among the players that you already have, there's been a lot of talk about Jim Harbaugh, the quarterback, what his future might be in Chicago, and I guess you guys have come to a decision on that.
Yeah, I talked with Jim today, and you know, he's in Florida right now. He'll be back on Monday, and we're hoping to get Jim signed up and get everything squared away and get him back with the Bears as quick as we can. But he'll be in the office on Monday and be meeting with Ron Turner, our offensive coordinator, and start learning the offense and get this thing in full gear.
Does he look to be your designated franchise player at this point, or do you know that yet?
Well, we haven't discussed who's going to be franchise or any of that stuff. If we can get things worked out, obviously, without getting to that point, it would be nice. But nothing has to be declared on that for about another 2 weeks.
I know you've looked at a lot of tape and film since you've been in Chicago. What have you seen there as far as what you like? I know you want a fast football team, and that has been a problem here in Chicago.
Well, everything that you'll hear myself and the other coaches talk about will be speed emphasis, and that's just not at linebacker or at wide receiver. I mean, we're going to be looking to increase our speed as time goes on at all positions. And I'll tell you what, if it's possible, and I say this sincerely, I'm more excited now after visiting with, I probably have visited with probably 30 of the 47 players, and it's a great group of guys. I mean, they've got a great attitude, and they just can't wait to get to work, and it's awfully exciting to be in that position as a head coach.
On a personal note, how have you found Chicago so far?
Oh, I love it. I just can't wait till my family gets up here. In fact, they're back in Dallas watching, and so I got to say hello to them. But everybody has been extremely nice, and once we get up here and get settled, it's going to be a real good situation.
All right, David, we appreciate you stopping by. Keep up the good work, and we're looking forward to seeing you in minicamps this spring.
Okay.
Dave Wannstedt, the head coach of the Chicago Bears, our guest at halftime, and we're back with Wayne and Johnny. Highlights and stats right after this.
Denzel Washington is back.
I'm a ghost now, Louie.
Back from the dead.
The only person that can see me is you.
Back to haunt Bob Hoskins.
I was murdered! You just got me thrown off the force and on my way to a mental institution. Nobody's perfect.
Together, they're a crime-fighting team where the ghost does the busting.
That was the most stupid!
For the first time on television.
Get down, brother. Give me 5.
Heart Condition. Friday night at 7 on Channel 9. To stop a... And a carload of fun. Woo! Back to the Future at a special time. Monday at 6:30 on WGN Channel 9.
Participating advertisers in Bulls basketball are the Chicago Tribune. It's worth it. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. And AT&T, proud sponsor of the NBA and the Chicago Bulls.
Bulls lead it at halftime, and boy, is it cold in here, Red Kerr, without jacket on. My goodness, the price you pay for getting the jacket at home. But interesting first half from the standpoint of the Bulls didn't put a lot of pressure on Utah, but the Jazz nonetheless shot very poorly from the field.
They did shoot poorly, and the Bulls had a chance, we thought, to put them away. They led by 18 points during the second quarter, and it's a kind of game you don't like to see get away from you because you know Phil Jackson saying, remember what happened in Utah. Yeah. They had us down 20, and all of a sudden something happens, and away you go. But, you know, we did have some great highlights here in the first half. Let's take a look at some of them. Here's the first one. B.J. Armstrong with that alley-oop pass, and Scotty is there to clean it up. What a nice job he has done. Scottie Pippen headed for the All-Star game. And then here they are coming down on the court real quick, and Michael up, under, and around Karl Malone. You normally see Michael jamming a ball home, but that time he went hard to the hoop on one side and laid it up in the other. Here's another All-Star coming from Gonzaga and the Utah Jazz. A three-point, ring it up for John Stockton, a pure shooter. Scottie Pippen down with the ball, over to Michael Jordan. Is Will around? Where's Will? There he is. I found him. And Will was up getting his first start of the year and gets a hoop. Now here's B.J. Armstrong over to Michael. Michael pulls up down at the three-point line over Jeff Malone and rings it up. Now here, if this happened on All-Star Game Saturday in a slam dunk contest, I believe this guy would get standing tens from everybody. Watch Scottie Pippen finish this up at the end of the first quarter. Wow!
Our American National stats at the break, and you can see the shooting right there. 35% for the Jazz. You're not going to be in many ball games that way. On the boards, the Bulls held the edge, especially on the offensive board. Turnovers, that's a very strange stat. The Bulls had 1 turnover in the first quarter. The Jazz had 5 in the first quarter. The Bulls had 5 in the second quarter. Jazz had none. Inside points, the Bulls due mostly to their work on the offensive board, leading in that category as well. Individually, for the Utah Jazz, Karl Malone, the only Jazz in double figures, 4 of 9 shooting from the field. And for the Chicago Bulls, leading point getter, as usual, Michael Jordan, but that's on 6 of 16 shooting from the field. Pippen, 5 of 11. B.J. Armstrong, 5 of 9 from the field. Bulls huddle up around Phil Jackson on the Miller scoreboard. Out of town, Orlando leading Denver in the fourth period of play. Miami beat Detroit
in the fourth, leading Detroit, I should say. New York has a slight edge on Charlotte in the fourth quarter. And also in the fourth, Cleveland playing very well, besting Dallas. And Indiana has the lead on Sacramento. Boy, the Pacers have struggled recently, Red.
Yes, sir. Well, it looks like the Bulls will stroll on down here to inbound the ball. And I thought that Stacey King came off the bench and did an outstanding job where he was 11 minutes there, 3 for 3, 5 rebounds, a couple assists, and a nice job.
And as we mentioned, Will Perdue, Stacey King have really stepped up over the course of the last 3 games. Take a look at what they do. And when the Jazz lose, they give up a lot of points. Michael Jordan with 8 to go on the shot clock. Held by Malone. Jeff Malone's second personal. There's the Upper Deck Company providing us with the Upper Deck cam angle from above the court. Get dizzy if you're up there doing that thing. BJ on the three-point line. Jordan in closer. Corbin pries loose the rebound. Bulls leading by 13, their biggest lead 18 points in the second quarter. 10 to go on the shot clock. Left-hand corner of your screen. Oh, nice dish. Malone to Eaton. Here's the overhead view of the action. Chicago lead down to 11.
We saw Jeff Malone make his first 2 shots, and then he went on to miss 7 in a row, and he was 1 out of 10 in Chicago. He doesn't normally shoot that way in any game, not only long the goals.
Got a whistle away from the ball down low. Jake O'Donnell with the call. And let's see, he put up, I believe it's on Ty Corbin. Yeah. And that's the foul, yeah.
I'd like to go out some St. Patrick's Day with Jake O'Donnell. I think we could have some fun.
I wouldn't put it past you two guys.
There's a tee. Technical foul on Corbin.
Corbin's third personal now. He furthers the problem by picking up the tee, and Michael Jordan will get a free shot at the line. But a slow start to this second half, third quarter. MJ has missed 2 out of 3 at the line. Jerry Sloan, former Chicago guard, looks on. Head coach of the Utah Jazz. Bulls resume offensively. Jordan tipped away by Corbin, knocked out of bounds. Bulls have 17 to shoot. Pippen triggering. Scotty directing traffic to MJ. Off a screen by Will Perdue. B.J. Armstrong for 3.
Yeah, B.J. Bring that up.
13 for Armstrong now. Boy, the confidence we've seen it really in his shooting this season, Red, has been progressive all the way through.
Well, it's taken a little time, but what he has learned to do is do what the good three-point shooters do. And we've saw Craig Hodges do it for a long time. Tucker does it now. Run to the spot.
Errant pass down low, picked off by Malone and converted for 2.
Is run to the spot, the three-point spot, and if you're open, they get it to you. Now you're ready to go, rather than move around and try to maneuver into that spot.
B.J. Armstrong, Stockton right on him this time. Grant the turnaround over Malone. Tip inside. Will Perdue had the rebound for a moment, had it knocked away from behind, and Jeff Malone to Stockton on the run. Stockton with the dish intended for Corbin, knocked out of bounds. Could have belonged to Chicago.
No, Jake says, let me in there.
Jake O'Donnell says, nope, Utah basketball.
I'd love to spend a St. Patrick's Day with Jake. Yes, sir.
The demonstrative Jake O'Donnell in the right-hand corner of your screen there briefly. Jazz with 18 to go on the shot clock. Stockton feeds Malone on the pick and roll. Carl with the fade.
Karl Malone has come back. He's got 15 points now and doing it on a very steady basis, just chipping away. 6 out of 11 from the field.
Jazz have outscored the Bulls 6-3 here at the outset of the third period.
Jordan shot rings in. How do you get that one to fall?
I was just going to say, Michael can't buy a basket, and his 16th and 17th points fell through.
3 minutes gone by, third period. Chicago lead is 12. Mount Eaton way outside. The mailman. Oh, good feed to Stockton. Blocked by Pippen, taken by Purdue. MJ. B.J. Armstrong. Oh, apparently he had a foot out of bounds. Right in front of Phil Jackson. No argument from the Bulls Range Trust.
You saw that.
You saw Tex Winter.
Tex hit his head. Phil put his hands over his eyes. I like it. Great stuff.
Oh, man. The subtle poses by the coaches. I'll tell you, they say it all, don't they? Stockton, no look, blue feed to Corbin. Can't make it go inside. That's been the story for Utah thus far in the game. A lot of misses in close. Pippen, oh, they forgot about him on the baseline. Try to hit Horace Grant. Turnover Chicago. Stockton on the run, 3-on-2. Jeff Malone off of Jordan's shins out of bounds. Going to belong to the Utah Jazz. They call that a kick ball. They're going to reset the shot clock. Here's Jerry Sloan pacing anxiously on the sidelines.
That was a hurry by Mark Eaton that time. Scotty drove in, got right under the basket, and Eaton hurried him into a bad pass.
Well, 7-4, those long arms, man, I'm telling you. If he's around the ball, you're going to hurry your shot or maybe make an extra pass. Jeff Malone, kind of a wild shot, but he gets it to fall. Only his third field goal of the night. He has 6 points. 10-point ball game. Chicago on top. MJ on the drive, missed the jam, but he was fouled.
Yes, sir. He took it to the hole. Mark Eaton on the foul. It's third, but that's what everybody wanted to see. Here he comes around from the slam cam. Up he goes. Michael. Yeah. We got a little guy sitting up there on the rim with a camera.
A real little guy.
And he saw Michael coming. He left.
Matter of fact, that little guy could ride at Sportsman's tomorrow. You've got to be small to do the slam cam.
Well, I saw one of Arnie's favorites, Jerry Cayetano, was here.
Bulls by 12. Pressure in the backcourt. Stockton for Malone, right through Malone to Eaton. Now Carl has the open pop. Mark Eaton blocked by Purdue, and they call a foul. On Will, his third, first on the team.
Shot is missed by the mailman. The big guy takes it, goes up for it, and Will commits the foul.
Boy, I don't know, John.
He's closing in on the block record that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar holds, but I think Kareem was in the league 3 years before they kept that statistic, and here it is right here. 3 of those guys playing, but I think it came in afterwards that Eaton drains both free throws.
Well, that Joe Cornell's got the graphics for us tonight. I mean, ask and you shall receive. Good job in the truck. Armstrong looking for Jordan. 10-point Chicago lead. We're third period of play. 7.5 to go in the third. Jordan got in the air, had nowhere to go, found Pippen. Eaton breaks this up. Grant stays, 3 to go on the shot clock. Pippen right there.
Scotty has been getting that collect and shoot lately and did a good job of it there. Just caught the pass and changed the direction.
He had a lot of that against the Knicks.
Yes.
Stockton with the up fake, ducks it under Armstrong.
Three. Yep. We'd like to hope that Edith Wagner and Jerry Hurtgen are watching his game down in Fort Lauderdale. Their husband Dick is here and he's behaving himself.
At least as far as you know he is.
Well, Dick Wagner, he's a good guy. Great guy for charities.
Jordan over Malone. He's a friend of yours. I'm sure he is behaving himself. 21 for Jordan, 63-49 Chicago.
Big game for the Bulls to win before the All-Star break. Both teams. There's a little bit of a drive down the middle and a change of direction, and John Stockton gets his fifth.
The lead is 12 for Chicago. 6.5 to go in the third. Grant against the mailman. Jordan. And the foul is a loose ball foul on MJ.
Jeff, I believe.
So hang on. Jeff Malone apparently called for the loose ball foul. Utah foul. Jeff Malone his third. And that's
the fourth on the team. We've got a break in the action with 6:23 to go in the third. The Bulls maintain their lead over Jerry Sloan and the Jazz.
Hello, my name's Penny. I think people shouldn't do drugs. They can make you forget things, like which animals have stripes. Anybody may...
Immediately following the game tonight here on Channel 9, let's pause for station identification.
This is WGN-TV Chicago, America's #1 sports station.
Here come the Utah Jazz. Off the miss by Pippen. Malone on the drive, fouled by Scottie Pippen. On Scottie, his first personal. The second on the team.
Karl Malone putting a move on Scottie Pippen. Scottie tried for the steal, and Karl Malone comes to the line. He'll shoot 2 points in the first quarter. He had 9 in the second quarter. A couple baskets here. He's got 15 in the game.
Karl is a 75% free throw shooter. And don't forget, as I mentioned, the news follows the game, and the full wrap-up on President Clinton's State of the Union address and what it means to you. Just ahead on Channel 9 News following the game. 16 points for Karl Malone. Utah back to within 11. Again, the biggest lead for the Bulls, 18 points in the second period of play. Jordan looking for room. Nice dish to Purdue for the slam.
Big Will with his first points since the first quarter, but a nice job. Michael broke it down. Eaton had to come over to pick him up, and it was a slambo by Big Will.
Under 6 minutes to go in the third. Jeff Malone forgot the basketball for a moment. Clears it to Stockton. Back to Jeff Malone. To Karl down low on the block against Horace Grant.
They'll shoot a free throw. That's their second illegal for the Bullies. Take a look. Wayne at Will. Here, watch Eaton go up in the air for Michael. Michael comes in, lays it in. Will. Karl Malone a little bit too late. So Jeff Malone will shoot the technical foul as Jay Humphries is starting to take off the warm-ups to come in the game, and he makes the free throw.
7 points now for Jeff Malone, and Jay Humphries is in. Into the Utah lineup. Tyrone Corbin will trigger on the inbounds. Humphries in for John Stockton. Double team by Grant, triggered it loose. BJ came up with it, and Humphries gave up the foul. His first puts the team over the limit. Bulls will go to the line.
Well, BJ Armstrong gets that first trip to the line, but a good double team as they try to pick and roll. Jay Humphries had just come in the game. Sometimes it's tough to get off that bench and get a sense of what's happening, and BJ gets the steal and then to stop the fast break.
You see that big power forward swing that hand in there and poke it loose. And BJ would have been off to the races. 14 for Armstrong. 83% free throw shooter is BJ. Almost 50% from the field, 49.8%. BJ's got the average up to 12 points per ball game. And as we mentioned, he has been scoring at a 15 points per game clip over the past 10 games. He has 15 tonight. Karl Malone at a high post, guarded by Grant. Jeff Malone from the outside. Jordan tips the rebound, back taps it to Humphries. Long carom on that shot by Jeff Malone, who is really struggling from the field. Inside, Karl misses in close, gets it back. Foul. No, he traveled.
Yes, sir. Let me hear that music. And away we go.
If they don't call traveling, they've got a foul on Will Perdue on the back, but it was traveling before the foul, and Jerry Sloan, his team, boy, he's got to be marveling at how many shots in close, John, the Jazz have not been able to finish.
Well, they should have paid attention to Lou Goldstein at halftime when he was playing Simon Says. Maybe these guys are doing it without saying Simon Says.
That could be. It's as good an explanation as any we've got right now.
Darrell Walker in the game here now for BJ.
Bulls are leading by 14. Michael. 23 for Jordan. 4:35 to go in the third period. 16 points the lead for Chicago. Mark Eaton sets the screen. Humphries Bill Jackson wants his team to rotate defensively. Humphreys takes it baseline. Karl Malone gets by Grant. And he got it off just in time. His time wound down to that shot clock. Karl Malone with 18. Coming up on 4 minutes left to go in this third period of play. Pippen. Michael Jordan fighting for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Eaton. It will be Chicago basketball. And Scott Williams quickly up off the bench reports on for Chicago, replacing Horace Grant. Jeff Malone's got a hold of Michael Jordan. Jordan springs loose anyway. Scott Williams with the screen. Karl Malone triggers it loose from Jordan to Jeff Malone. Oh, Pippen. Here comes Jordan, and he has numbers. Will Perdue. Back tap to Jordan.
Balance it up now, guys. Balance it up and get a nice hoop here. Put
They set up the triangle. They now reverse it. Pippen left unattended right there.
There you go.
14 for Scotty. 16 points again, the lead for the Bulls. Coming up on 3 minutes left to go in the third. Humphreys. 10 to go on the shot clock. Jay Humphreys with the open pop. 6 for Humphreys. Under 3 minutes to go. Third period of play, and the Bulls continue on the lead, this time by 14. Backdoor Jordan!
Well, he said Michael was going to have to make one that Scotty made, and they're playing horse. 25 for MJ. What a look that was by Scotty.
Is this one of those where he turns to Scotty and says, "Your turn, Scotty," or something like that? 16 points the lead, Chicago. Bulls have played a very sound ball game for the most part tonight. Malone to Eaton. No, but a foul. Scott Williams reaching in. Take a look at the back door. Michael Jordan swings wide open from Scottie Pippen on a perfect feed. Scott Williams with his second, third on the team. Break in the action. Bulls in command.
Miller Genuine Draft and the back-to-back NBA World Champion Chicago Bulls. Making the world a very cool place.
Hey, Willard Scott here, talking with the good folks who shop at True Value. The question, is it the personal service or the low prices?
Large selection, low prices, good quality merchandise that they do carry.
You go in the big chain stores and you try to find somebody to answer a question for you.
The value is good. The selection is great.
For personal service and low prices, bring your family to ours, the True Value family of stores.
Yes, there's definitely a personal touch here.
I'm so excited.
It's Toyota's first big sales event of the new year.
Charlotte Hornets, it's Insure One hat night. First 10,000 fans entering the stadium will receive a Bulls hat compliment of Insure One. Speaking of the Hornets, we thought they might have a good shot at the New York Knicks tonight, and indeed they did. The Hornets were leading through 3 periods, but the Knicks came on with a big fourth quarter and put them away tonight down in Charlotte. I thought with Mourning playing as well as he's been playing of late that yes, they might have a shot at him, but have a look at the Olympic update, as we call it.
I like it, Joe.
I like the balance on that Bulls column. Mark Eaton at the free throw line on the foul of Scott Williams prior to the timeout. Eaton is 2 of 2 at the foul line. You know, and there are a couple of ex-teammates from the Olympic team, Malone and Pippen. Eaton enrolled in auto mechanics school out of high school. He didn't go to college right away. And he was discovered while working on a coach's car. Signed him up, brought him to junior college, eventually went to UCLA and on to the NBA at 7'4". Mark Eaton. Bulls resume offensively, leading 73-59. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the third, Jordan was held for a moment by Jeff Malone, and Jake O'Donnell was right there and whistles the fourth personal foul of the night on Malone. Team is over the limit. Jeff Malone, the guilty party on the foul. There's Mike Brown back into the ball game for the Utah Jazz. Mark Eaton has a seat on the bench.
Let me ask you a question. What starting center in the NBA has played 10 years and never scored more than 20 points in a game? He just sat down.
You're kidding.
Right here.
There he is. Arnie Harris knew who that guy was.
Isn't it hard to believe at 7'4" and you played 10 years and you have not gone over the 20-point mark?
That is amazing. And yet he's the Jazz all-time leader in games played. And as we mentioned, block shots, he's closing on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 26 for Jordan now. The inbounds to Benoit as the Bulls pressure in the backcourt. Humphreys left unattended. Benoit can't control the rebound. It's up for grabs on the floor, and Scott Williams picks it loose. Scottie Pippen. Thought Stacey might have walked with the ball there. Yeah. Darrell Walker in tough quarters, and the Bulls take their time and pull it out. 10 to go on the shot clock for Chicago. There it is, the left-hand corner of your screen. Jordan for three. No. It'll belong to the Utah Jazz with 1:33 to go.
Yeah, there. Michael looked a little tired taking that shot. Still 4 seconds on the clock, but you got 140 now, or 130.
Humphreys looking down low. Got a whistle down there.
Illegal again.
This is the third time the Bulls have been caught in an illegal defense. So another free throw coming up for the Utah Jazz, plus a fresh shot clock.
Then bring Humphreys in to shoot this now. So Jeff Malone made one of them. Now Jay Humphreys will get a chance to get his 7th point here in the game.
And the Bulls maintain the 16-point lead on the miss by Humphreys. Jerry Sloan, it's been a tough year. The Jazz felt they had strengthened themselves through off-season acquisitions in terms of their bench, but things have not been as smooth as they were a year ago when the Jazz were 37-4 at home. They're 18-7 right now at home. Down low, interior feed tipped away by the Bulls. Pippen intercepts. His pass for Walker broken up by Benoit. It'll belong to Chicago with 1:06 to go in the third quarter. And Trent Tucker up off the bench for the Bulls. He'll come in to try to spot up for a three attempt perhaps.
Is that Scotty heading down?
Yeah. Pippen gets a break.
Here comes John Stockton in, so the Bulls have 21 seconds on that clock. We got about 66 seconds left in this quarter.
Stockton replaces Corbin as the Jazz answer with a smaller lineup to go against this Bulls lineup that is going to spread the floor on the perimeter. Williams finds Jordan. Pass to Teddiver. Stacey King. He was not expecting it at all.
He was setting a screen. The ball went over his head. He was setting a screen. He went, where's that going?
So the Bulls misfire there.
Brickhouse would have said, hey, hey. Yeah. That one was gone into the stands.
10 turnovers for Chicago. Stockton on the drive, blocked by Scott Williams. There's Michael Jordan. Under a minute to go in the quarter. Stockton ties him up, but Walker is there to collect. Michael for three. Walker pries it loose. 7-second differential, game clock to shot clock. Shot clock in the left-hand corner of your screen. Good ball movement. Tucker, the open man.
Just a long two, I guess it was. Yes, sir.
77-59, Chicago. Time winding down in this third period. Brown to Karl Malone, muscles for two.
Boy, has he got a lot of those that banged off the iron. He's got 20 points in a game, and he's a good one.
Jordan for three. Would have been a tall order. But we've seen that before by Michael against this very Utah Jazz team. The end of the first half at Salt Lake City on February 1st. The Bulls on a healthy 16-point lead as we head to the final 12 minutes of play.
Ali Sheedy,
basket case. Emilio Estevez, the Jock. Molly Ringwald, the Princess. Judd Nelson, the Rebel. Anthony Michael Hall, the Brave. In the morning, they were total strangers. By afternoon, they were the Breakfast Club. Saturday afternoon at 1 on Channel 9.
Although interstate Smart Rate from the Discover card, there's a chance to go lower. Now, the more you choose the Discover card when making purchases, the lower your rate can go. And since there's still no annual fee, that's a whole new bottom line. Smart Rate, as low as 14.9%. It pays to Discover, the card that pays you back.
In some cultures, proving you're a man is difficult. In America, it's easy. Just go to a post office and register with Selective Service when you turn 18. Yes. It's quick, it's easy, and it's the law.
Wayne Larrivee, Johnny Red Kerr, Jerry Sloan, and the Utah Jazz are trailing the world champions by 16 as we enter the fourth period of play. 77-61, Chicago over Utah. And the Jazz take it across. This is Stockton. Krystkowiak tried the interior feed to Benoit, had to come out to get it as Scottie Pippen played tough defensively. Now Benoit, tough shot over Pippen. And the Bulls have been crashing the boards with authority here tonight. The numbers by quarter. Trent Tucker for three. Score. That's heads-up basketball. They get the ball to Walker. Walker is not a good long-distance shooter. He just found his old buddy over there, Trent Tucker, and Tucker nailed a three.
19-point lead is the biggest of the night for either team. Stockton. Brown lost it in the lane. Grant to Pippen on the run. Broken up by Humphries, and the foul is on Jay Humphries, the former Colorado standout, of the second personal first on the team.
Scotty taking it hard to the hoop, and Stockton comes from the back on the play and doesn't quite catch up, but Humphries does, and he picks up the foul.
Scottie Pippen with a pair at the line. Pippen with 14 points tonight. Last 4 games, as I mentioned, he's been averaging 29 points a game. Will make his 3rd All-Star appearance this weekend. Scottie misses a pair. 19 points the lead for the Bulls. Opening minute of play, 4th quarter. Stockton with the up fake. Walker stayed right with him.
Yeah, good defensive job. Never left his feet.
Krystkowiak. And he can do that to you. 4 for Krystkowiak. That's his first from the field. Scott Williams going to work on Mike Brown. Horace Grant is open.
Guess what? Only his 4th point. Horace, I was just looking up there. Horace was 1 for 5. He drains a little jump shot.
He has 8 rebounds. Does Horace Grant tonight. 2 on the offensive glass. Stockton wants to go down low. Was able to get it inside, but overshot his man Brown as Scott Williams played tough defense in front of Brown that time. Stockton's pass basically ran out of real estate. 82-63 Chicago. Almost 2 minutes gone by, 4th period. Bulls trying to close the All-Star break with 2 straight wins. Knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to Chicago.
You know, you're a limited player in offensive ability, which Darrell Walker is. He comes to this team. He knows it's Michael and Scotty's team. He can get in and roll his sleeves up and play the defense and scramble and go for the rebound and not have to worry about putting it in, because Phil Jackson and company know that he's not here. 5-second violation. No, he's not here to put points on the board, but he's out there to play the bigger guards, and he does a good job. So at 10:05, Bulls with a 19-point lead. They turn it over on a 5-second inbound violation.
10 minutes straight up to go in the game. Stockton for 3. Grant back taps the rebound. Benoit's there. Humphries has an open jump. Jay Humphries with 4 from the field and 8 points. Pippen loses his footing in the backcourt. Double teamed. Clears it to Walker. To Horace Grant. 6 for Horace Grant. Bulls back on top by 19. Interior feed to Brown, denied by Scott Williams, but he throws it away to Chris Kobiak. Stockton feeds Brown, no. Chris Kobiak is his target. Missed the puppy inside, and this time, I believe he took Darrell Walker on the back.
Take it out on the side. There was no shooting. Wait till Chris Kobiak finds out this. What?
Darrell Walker's first on the team.
What? What? He's pointing. What? What? There's the play where Darrell Walker had the ball, came on in, gave it to Horace Grant, and Horace went up and gave some more money to McDonald's, didn't he?
Stockton tied up on the drive, and they're calling it before the shot attempt here.
That's Walker's foul out there again, and they will not get to the free throw line. His second.
Stockton a bit miffed with Jake O'Donnell's call. Bulls are leading 84-65.
Here you go.
Stephen Howard coming into the game.
To the crowd. He'll get a nice hand. Should get a nice hand here.
Yes, he does get a nice, polite round of applause. GTE All-America, DePaul. Humphrey sets it up. Bulls pressuring on the half court. They are chasing on defense. Humphrey's on the drive. Blocked by Williams, goaltender.
Yeah, they let him get too far down the lane, and he breaks into double figures with a left-hand layup here. Too far down the lane. Scott Williams with the block, but it's a goaltender.
22nd timeout for the Bulls with 8:53 left to go. Phil Jackson says, hey, guys, wait a minute. We got an opportunity to really put this thing away. Let's get to it. The lead is 17 for Chicago. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Bulls and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Chicago Bulls. Wayne Larrabee, Johnny Red Kerr, Jerry Sloan with his team gathered around. This may be their last shot to make a run at this ball game.
Sitting next to him is Phil Johnson, not Phil Jackson.
Phil Johnson. Former Kansas City Kings coach.
Assistant here to Dick Motta for many years. There he is sitting there.
Right-hand corner of your screen with a flowered tie.
Two favorites in Chicago right there.
Tucker for three.
Well, someday they're going to run away from Darrell Walker in the top and play Tucker, but not tonight, I guess.
Stockton to Chris Kobiak. Right back to John Stockton. The 20-point Chicago lead is the largest. Chris Kobiak with a wild shot. Howard on the tip. Pippen takes the back pass. Right behind his back pass, Stockton to Williams.
Whoa, hang in there, guys, both of you.
Foul coming up here on Benoit.
Now, great play made by Scotty because Stockton wanted to take the foul. Stockton wanted to stop the fast break. He doesn't have a foul, so he took a reach, and Scotty went around the back, beat him to half court, and then gives the ball over to Scott Williams.
So Scott Williams heads to the free throw line, shooting a pair. He has yet to break into the scoring column tonight. At 10 points in 35 minutes against Sacramento.
Here's what I was talking about. Now watch this. Stockton comes out to try to stop the fast break, and Scotty just takes it right around him. And you see why this guy was a member of the Dream Team and why he will be starting for the East coming up Sunday in Utah, the All-Star game. With the guy that tried to take the ball away. Against the guy. Against these guys. I keep forgetting.
Scott Williams 1 out of 2 at the line. Crotty to Chris Kobiak. Chris Kobiak gets it back for 2 and a foul. Score the field goal.
Hard-working. 8 minutes in the game. He's got 6 rebounds. He has a couple 6 points. He gets the ball, works hard, gets it down, comes back up, makes the basket.
You saw Darrell Walker slap at the ball, slapping down, and he caught the wrist of Chris Kobiak. Walker's 3rd personal foul. That is the 3rd team foul, and Chris Kobiak puts it on the 3-point play.
Yeah, Walker's got all of them.
Yeah. Brent Tucker. Tucker double teamed by Crotty. 22nd timeout. So the Bulls spend their 22nd timeout here. We'll have 15 to go on the shot clock when we resume.
I think they got a full.
They're going to give a full. Yeah, they're going to take a full. Initially, the initial indication from the official was for 20, but the Bulls apparently changed and will take their full timeout. 7:58 left to go in the fourth period of play. Chicago remains in command.
From the north side to the south side. It's Miller Lite, the smooth, refreshing beer that's less filling. #1 in Chicago, and that's that.
To AT&T in the last 2 years. And thousands more switch every day. Switch now to AT&T for competitive prices and unsurpassed quality. It's easy to be with the best. Call 1-800-742-3555.
So, well, how do you like my rumpus from?
Real nice.
Yeah, it'll do till they reopen Dickers.
Say, Bob, look who else is here. It's Johnny Paxson, and he's playing Papa Shot.
Here to join us?
That's your spot, my friend.
Your turn, Will.
Sorry, guys. Cartwright taught me that one.
Careful, that's my brand new ventricle.
Tuesday, March 23rd, it's Miller Genuine Draft Mini Blimp Night. Be there.
On March 23rd, when the Bulls take on the Minnesota Timberwolves, it's Miller Genuine Draft Mini Blimp Night. First 10,000 fans 21 and older will receive a mini blimp, compliments of Miller Genuine Draft. Wayne Larrivee, Johnny Redker, great to have you with us at Chicago Stadium. Look at the rebounding tonight by Chicago. Dominant on the boards, and that has fueled the 88-70 lead. Chris Koviak with the quick hands knocked it loose to Scott Williams. Only 3 to go now on the shot clock for the Bulls as they play it in out of bounds.
All right, it's a catch-and-shoot time. Who's got it?
Darrell Walker looking closely. Horace Grant. Walker.
Got to hit the rim.
Crotty. Yes, it does. A 20-second.
Got to hit the rim.
24-second shot clock violation by the Bulls.
Good call. A year ago, yes, you reset it and you take it on out, but Horace Grant, not very successful from three-point range.
No, that's not his best shot.
Offense on Krzyzkowiak. What a screen he set on Tucker that time.
Second on Krzyzkowiak. Bulls maintaining the 18-point lead, 7.5 left to go. Really, the Jazz have closed within 10 a couple of times, John, but have not threatened since the early going of this ball game. Scottie Pippen. Rebound back tap to Pippen. Finds Walker to Grant. Gets to the foul. Oh, that was a great touch pass by Walker.
This is what I'm telling you. This is what Walker adds to this thing. He doesn't have to take the ball. You'd think he might want to take a shot as he gets a pass from Scottie down low. They close in on him. He takes it, gives it to Horace, the guy that does the work.
John Crotty, they call for the foul on the play, his first. From the upper deck trading card cam, watch that. Touch pass, and that's what it's all about. Quick ball movement on the half court by the Bulls, and Horace Grant looking for a three-point play. Been averaging 15.6 points a game in his last 3 contests, and he now has 9 points in this one. The lead is up to 21 for Chicago.
Corey Williams in now for Scottie Pippen.
Going to see the benches empty on both sides here tonight. Humphreys from the outside. Jay Humphreys with 12 points, shooting well from the field. One of the few Utah Jazz performers who is. He's 6 of 10. Williams had a tip from behind. Grant is there.
They call him Pee-wee. Corey Williams, the little man out there.
Pee-wee's wide open. Walker resets the offense. Full shot clock.
Tuck looking for 3. Oh, his 3rd in a row in this quarter.
94 72 Chicago, and Tucker is lighting it up.
4 for 4.
Crotty missing from deep. Stephen Howard up and in. The rookie out of DePaul. Stephen Howard, the nice story about him, he was not drafted by anyone, made a good ball club as a free agent. That's not easy to do. Grant. Corey Williams. Horace Grant tips it off the glass, knocked out of bounds by Scott Williams, going to belong to the Utah Jazz. Bulls still hustling on those boards. Isaac Austin, the true definition of a wide body, reports on for the Utah Jazz.
I was watching him shoot before the game, shoot jump shots. He doesn't get up very high on his jump shot, but he can't.
He is 6'10 and 270, 260, 270 range. Howard inside on Grant, blocked by Grant. Knocked out of bounds. Going to belong to Utah. 11 to go on the shot clock. Stacey King is back on, and Horace Grant gets a break.
Horace Grant had 9 rebounds to go with his 9 points.
There's a log of the largest margin of victories for the Bulls over the Utah Jazz over the years. Stephen Howard, good look. Benoit on the jam. 8 points for Benoit. Coming up on 5 minutes left to go in the game. Jazz pressure in the backcourt. Pee Wee gets it across. Here's Trent Tucker. Darrell Walker. That he will do with authority. Get the step on the drive and put it gently off the glass. The foul is on Isaac Austin.
Here he comes around the screen. The big guy tries to take him straight on. Walker just lays it up off the glass. Nice job.
You won't see, as you mentioned, John, Darrell take too many three-point shots. His percentage over the course of his career among the lowest in the history of the game. But he knows that he's a veteran who knows his limitations, and he will take a shot on a drive like that.
Yes, he does. He has the range of maybe Mark Eaton and Manute Bol. But you don't take that hard away from him, I'll tell you that.
No, sir. Hey, he may have turned the season around with his mix-up with Karl Malone in Utah in the third period of that ball game on the 1st of February. Isaac Austin inside. Tell you what, he took on Karl Malone.
Yeah.
Tangled up with him in that third quarter, and that helped spark the Bulls to the come-from-behind victory. They were losing by 20 at that time. Darrell Walker. Yeah, I think he's been a great addition to this ball club. Stacey looking to go to work, and he's got 2 points. 10 points for King. Bulls are going to finish the All-Star, the pre-All-Star set of games, 2-2 on the homestand, the 5-game homestand. It'll belong to Utah here, winning their last 2 in convincing fashion over Sacramento and Utah. And I'll tell you, Red, if you look at it, the Bulls have done pretty well against the Western Conference teams for the most part. Corbett on the drive, and it's knocked away, but Isaac Austin is there and almost pulled the backboard down.
Don't do that now.
No. Walker on the drive, scored and a foul.
Good play, getting the ball on down the court, taking advantage, and Darrell Walker with 7 points.
Stephen Howard's first. Penalty situation in effect now as the Jazz are over the limit. Darrell Walker back to the free throw line.
Darrell gets a chance to tie his. Here it comes down from the upper deck trading card cab. In hard he goes, and nice left hand move. He's got a chance to get his high, and he ties it with 8.
8 points. 102-80, Bulls by 22. Crotty trapped in the backcourt momentarily. King and Williams still pursuing. Stephen Howard. Nice behind the head feed to Isaac Austin, who dribbled on the baseline.
Anybody hears you say Crotty, we want you to know that it's C-R-O-T-T-Y, not K-A-R, like some of our games have been with some of the Eastern. Timeout, Scott Williams. He couldn't get the ball in. They weren't ready. And so with 3:41, the Bulls with a 22-point lead. We've got a timeout.
Watch out, Europe. Here come the Griswolds.
My family and I are looking for sex.
They're attempting the language, trying the customs,
Hey, Dad, look. Bedpans.
and driving the locals crazy.
They're going to hang somebody.
Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo lead an American invasion. And the world may never be the same.
Still on holiday, are you?
National Lampoon's European Vacation. Thursday night at 7 on Channel 9.
Red hot hockey and
First 10,000 fans will receive a Bull Squeeze bottle, compliments of McDonald's. Wayne Larrabee, Johnny Red Kerr. That is our story with 3:41 left to go. Fourth period of play.
Oh.
Tucker came right back to Scott Williams, who wasn't expecting it, and the beneficiary is Stephen Howard.
Why the timeout? You talk about what you're doing, guys. Big guys like the dribble. Look at guys like the dribble. He takes it on down. Offensive guards go take the ball from him. Go hit him on the side of the head and say, "Give me the ball."
Yeah, that's my job.
Oh boy,
you set up in the post. Stephen Howard. And we've got a foul coming up as Howard took it toward the middle. Foul is on Corey Williams, rather. Corey Williams first. That is the fourth on the team. Take a look at the fourth quarter. Back on February 1st, that was Michael Jordan against the Utah Jazz. And if you throw in, 12 points from B.J. Armstrong.
Scott Williams had a basket, and I think Horace had one, and that was it.
36-17 or thereabouts was the score in that fourth quarter in favor of the Bulls. 36-17. And a lot of us who were at that game will point to an incident involving Karl Malone and little Darrell Walker in the third period that may have sparked that fourth quarter rally. Howard missing a pair. Williams on the jam.
Scott, that's what you do. You give it up, and you get down, and you get your first hoop of the game.
John Crotty. Stephen Howard had it stripped away. Loose on the floor, still up for grabs. Williams came up with it. Deflected out of bounds by Ty Corbin. It'll belong to the Chicago Bulls. On March 9th, when the Bulls battle the Supersonics, Miller Lite Static Sticker Night. First 10,000 fans 21 and older receive a Bulls Static Sticker compliments of Miller Lite. Bulls polishing off their 35th win of the season. Scott Williams, his second from the field in this fourth period, has 5 points of the game. Crotty. Isaac Austin didn't close. Better get out of that guy's way. Stacey King. Here's Blanton. Tucker.
Oh, Tuck, you got four.
Nah, he had a toenail on the three-point line. That's why he gave it up. Stacey King. Tough shot. Corbin the rebound. Benoit for three. Stephen Howard. A long two. And Trent Tucker has the rebound. Under 2 minutes to go. Tucker to Corey Williams. Whoa! Foul is on John Crotty.
They didn't want to leave go of that uniform. Here he goes in for the shot, and Howard comes over, and as Pee Wee goes down, he ends up with the jersey. Wow. Corey Williams, 1:43 to go here before Michael and Scotty head out for Utah.
The Bulls, actually the NBA plays tomorrow. There's B.J. Armstrong, rather angelic look on the
This team's got to head to Milwaukee, yes.
Yeah, they're busing to Milwaukee tonight, I believe. Corey makes good on 1 out of 2 at the line. 107-82. So the Bulls will close the pre-All-Star break NBA schedule with 2 victories, coming off 2 tough losses over the weekend to New York and Cleveland. Bulls with wins over Sacramento and Utah to close it out. Stephen Howard has 6 points now. And some of the walking wounded will have some more rest this week, and we should start seeing those individuals. There's John Paxson. Should start seeing some of those players coming back shortly after the All-Star break. Rodney McCray, Bill Cartwright, John Paxson. The key in the final 30 games, get healthy, start playing consistently well, get on a roll going into the postseason. Coming up on a minute left to be played.
They want Ricky Blanton to get a shot here.
5 to go on the shot clock. It's going to go to Utah. Mercifully so.
17. The 17th turnover for... Yeah.
Is he winning or losing, or is he just
blocked shot?
Unconcerned. Yep. Blocked shot on the play by Scott Williams, I believe. Strani intercepts. 18 turnovers now. They had 20 the other day against Sacramento. Tyrone Corbin finishes it off down low. 7 for Corbin. Inbound stolen by Crotty. So the Bulls turnovers now mounting here in these final seconds. Come on, Ricky. Head of the field.
And he looked over at Horace on the bench. He must have had a little bet going.
Benoit for 3. Oh, a rainbow. Bulls bench still a smile creasing the faces on the score by Blanton. Time winding down. King cranks it up for 2. Now 3. The bench thought he had 3, John.
That's supposed to cost him $50 for taking that shot. He doesn't care now.
Austin Williams is there. I guess they did credit Stacy with 3 on that play, didn't they?
Yeah, I saw the hand come up.
I didn't see 2 hands come up, but I saw 1.
King's got 13 points in the game.
And that makes 13 on the 3. Producer-director of Bulls basketball, Arnie Harris. Coordinating producer, Bill Borson. Associate producer, Joe Cornell. Yes, in fact, they did give Stacey King a tray on that shot. He was close to the line. Scott Williams at the free throw line now.
He's going down to represent the Bulls from 3s. My man did it. Look at him. He loved it. Good work, Arnie and the crew.
7 points for Scott Williams on a pair of free throws, and 15.1 seconds remaining to be played. The inbounds of Benoit, a little trap in the backcourt. They played ahead Stephen Howard, 2-on-1 with Isaac Austin. Oh, he got off the ground on that one, Red Kurt.
Yes, he did. We'll throw it away again.
What's that, 20 turnovers now for Chicago? My goodness. Utah Jazz will get it back. Bulls had come in here leading the NBA in fewest turnovers per game. They have 19 turnovers now. The inbounds to Benoit for 3. 14 for David Benoit. 114.96. Final seconds ticking away. King for 3 again. No. So the Chicago Bulls in impressive fashion tonight defeat the Utah Jazz 114-96. Ricky Blanton takes us to the break. We'll be back.
President Clinton has been laying it on the line tonight.
Spending must be cut and taxes must be raised.
The president outlining his economic plan to the American people. We will have details and reaction. Also in the news tonight, fire kills 7 children left home alone.
Also tonight, the Oscar nominations are out. We'll tell you about the big winners. And some Cubs get an early start on spring training.
These and other stories coming up. The news is next.
Hey, Pat. Willard, what are you doing here?
Shopping.
Yeah, me too. Can't resist True Value's great prices, huh?
Well, you know, it's a personal service I like. You just can't get that at those big chain stores.
Yeah, and with 7,000 stores buy together, they sure have some great prices.
You already said that.
Yeah, but it's true, Pat. These are great prices.
With great service.
And great people.
Like a family.
Does this mean we're brothers?
Well, let's say cousins.
Cousins?
Twice removed.
More people buy Ford trucks than any other. That's because Ford has a truck for every need and savings to match. Save $1,300 on the best-selling Ford F-150. Save $2,000 on the best-selling Ford Ranger. Get $2,650 savings on Ford Aerostar and save over $1,900 on the runaway bestseller, Ford Explorer. Nobody delivers more truck for your dollar than Ford, and nobody sells more trucks than your Ford dealer. See your local Ford dealer today.
I get here at 6:30 every morning. There isn't a machine here that I can't operate. We do 18 million a year, and I don't hide out in my office. I pitch right in, and I love it. I can spot a sloppy crimp or a weak well a mile away. You can't rush a well, or you're just using flux for glue. Look, here's a strong well. Isn't that nice?
It's your life's work. Does your bank understand that?
AT&T long distance play of the game. Look at this one. From deep, and 3 points on the line right there for MJ. Will be back with the final word after this timeout.
If you were to pick anyone from our design center or truck line in California,
It's a matter of pride.
or the Camry line in Kentucky,
Dedication.
take the first person you see at our Michigan or Indiana facilities
It's a matter of commitment.
and show them the latest quote praising a Toyota product, they'd simply say,
That's great.
Making it better. That's what it's all about.
people think Toyota's reputation was built on the strength of its products, when in fact it was built on the strength, pride, and commitment of a lot of people.
It means putting your name on the line.
My dad used to say, a man who said he never had a chance never took a chance. When you're in a restaurant, you have to try new things. You got to experiment. You can't take the safe road. You have to look at what it takes to make the customer number one. I think American Express customers overall are by far the higher profile customer for fine dining. I've been a member since 1962. One of the originals, I think.
American Express is welcomed at the Sardine Factory and other fishy places.
You're on the set, and the lights come up, and the camera starts to roll. There's no place to hide. And even one flake of dandruff, even one, can ruin it all. That's why I use Head & Shoulders. You know, it's even better than it was just a couple of years ago. Today's Head & Shoulders gets to 10 times more of the places dandruff starts. Put it to the test. Prove it to yourself. Head & Shoulders, and Head & Shoulders 2-in-1. Because great hair can't have flakes.
Another day begins in Europe. Just as it has for centuries. And as each new day arrives, so does a silver bird from the west. This morning, American Airlines will touch down in 13 European cities in 9 different countries, including the most nonstops to Europe from Chicago. So whether it's business or pleasure that brings you to Europe, fly the airline that can have you there as early as tomorrow morning. American Airlines, something special to Europe.
Our next telecast on Channel 9 will be between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Chicago Bulls next Tuesday night. Our telecast begins with the Bullseye at 7 o'clock. Once again, the final score, the Bulls 114, the Utah Jazz 96. For Johnny Redker, Wayne Larrabee saying so long from Chicago Stadium. Stay tuned for the news next on Channel 9.
The world champion Chicago Bulls have been brought to you by Miller Lite. Smooth, refreshing taste that's less filling. It's everything you want a beer to be. Toyota and their full line of quality cars and trucks. Toyota, I love what you do for me. The people at Nike, who encourage you to just do it. True Value. Got a tough job to do? You can do it with True Value hardware stores. And your local McDonald's restaurant, where what you want is what you get. That's McDonald's today. American Airlines is the official airline of the Chicago Bulls, serving over 320 cities worldwide. American is your gateway to the world. American Airlines, we mean business in Chicago.
Michael J. Fox, Back to the Future.
Hey, I've seen this one. I've seen this one. This is a classic.
At a special time, Monday at 6:30.